That's number 32 on the calendar in a matter of a few minutes. Guzman. You may be seated.
Sir, I've read your complaint. This is an interesting story.
Very interesting, isn't it? Unbelievable.
Well, let's see how unbelievable it is. You claim that the defendant got you to give her the pink slip to a car.
Correct.
False pretenses.
Absolutely.
And let me try to put into some chronological order your very, very long complaint. I'm not sure if I can even do that with regard to your answer.
It'll be nothing but lies.
You were...
Take your hands out of your pockets, please.
Relax. You're very tense. Listen to me. We're talking here about money. Sir.
Yes, it's just what's right, too.
Listen to me. We're talking here about money. So try to relax. You lived together for about 8 years.
That's correct.
You have a child. One child.
Yeah, but she doesn't think it's mine.
Do you think it's yours?
I think so, for 3
okay.
years.
All right. So you were in jail.
I got
Because she had you arrested for assaulting her.
Spousal abuse, correct.
But you weren't married.
That's correct.
And while you were in jail, according to your complaint, she came to jail and, among other things, asked you for the pink slip to a car.
That's right.
That you had evidently been holding.
My mother-in-law, she was holding it. Her mother had it all the time.
Okay, so it was in her possession.
Correct.
And at that time, you said, I'm not interested in giving you the pink slip on the car. But when you got out of jail, she told you if you gave her the pink slip, everything would be terrific.
She called me 2 weeks in jail. I called her 2 weeks. She said, what's going on? And she says, I want the pink slip. I said, what do you want the pink slip for? I don't understand. I just want the pink slip. I want it in my hands. And I don't know why she's asking for it all of a sudden, because she's screwing around on me.
So what happened?
I said, I didn't understand why. I didn't understand why until I got out, and then I started seeing her actions and hearing stories.
So, right now she doesn't have the pink slip. You didn't give her the pink slip when you were in jail.
I didn't give her the pink slip at that time, no.
Okay, so
but
when
she
did
was
you...
bugging like for it.
So what happened?
So she swindled me for it. She started lying to me, telling me, give me the pink slip, that everything will be okay and all this stuff. A bunch of lies. I can't remember right now. I'm so furious.
And you gave her the pink slip?
I gave her the pink slip, yes. She said, if you love me, you'll give me the car, and you would give me the pink slip to the car.
Who paid for this car?
I paid $1,000 for the car. I put it together. I put the transmission in it, and I put it together. This is a car I put together. She gave up her car, and I also put that car together.
Well, you did. So you did work on these two cars.
Yes.
Who paid for the cars? You put in $1,000.
Yes.
She acknowledges you put in $1,000. How much did you pay for the car?
For her car?
Yeah.
She paid probably about $1,300, probably maybe $1,000, something like that.
How much did you pay for the car?
She put in about.
No, how much did you pay for the car, madam?
How much did I pay? I did a trade.
And how much did you pay for the car that you traded up for?
Before that,
yes.
Approximately $3,000.
That's a lie. That's.
How much do you think she paid for the car?
We bought that car from the recycler newspaper. We bought that car for $500 damage. She put another $500 in it because it had a bad motor. And then after that, she paid me like $400 to do it. She bought me the radio that she stole from me.
Okay, so she put in at least half the money for this car, correct?
Less than that. Excuse me.
She put in, even according to you, at least half between the trade-up and the money she gave you.
That's correct.
For this car.
Probably something like that.
Is that about right?
A lot more than half.
That's a lie. You smell of lying, man. If lying had an odor, she would smell just like it.
Let me ask you this question. You're very angry, sir. I'm going to ask you I'm going to say something that maybe will make you a little bit more angry, but it'll bring things down to perspective here. Did you beat her up? Is that why you were in jail?
I struck her, yes.
How many times did you strike her, sir?
I don't remember. Probably a couple of times.
Where did you strike her? Where on her body did you strike her that caused you to be incarcerated?
On her legs and maybe on her face. I don't remember.
Was this the first time that you hit her?
No, it's not. It's not.
Well, I want to tell you something. Maybe she feels as if this is payment for all those beatings.
Absolutely.
Well, so what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that, sir? What's wrong with that? You beat her up. She could have, each time that you beat her up, taken you to court. And if I were the judge, I would have fined you substantially for each one of those assaults.
Your Honor,
Just listen to me.
Okay.
Because I want you, right now you think you're a terrible victim. And you think you're a terrible victim just over this car, which maybe is worth a few $1,000s. You just told me that you've beaten her over a period of time, the last time you were in jail, and you acknowledge that you beat her.
But
You think that's right?
But Judge, this is not about beating her.
No.
This is about swindling a car.
No, and what I'm telling you is, you're standing there, sir, as if you're wounded. As if she did something terrible to you.
I was swindled for the car.
What about being beaten, sir?
Who cares about that?
Judge Judy is ready to rule. Stay tuned. He admits to beating her, but he says that doesn't matter. He says she swindled him out of a car.
Judge, this is not about beating her.
No.
This is about swindling a car.
Listen, sir, I'm talking about that because you don't seem to hear me.
Okay.
You don't seem to hear me. It may not be right that she said, I paid for half and I want the whole car. If you put your hands on me, you wouldn't have a quarter in the bank. Not a quarter. I would have your salary attached from today until the year 2050 if you live that long.
Okay, so
You're not supposed to put your hands on anybody, and if she got even, sir, by taking half of your car, consider yourself lucky. This case is dismissed. That's all.
This is
Body's
BS.
excused. Step out, please. Ma'am, step out the bank, please. Please. Ma'am.
I just like to say that I wish the person that I was honestly with in the past to get on with his life and leave me alone.
She just swindled me. She knows she's a conniving son of a. She knows that she took the car away from me. She knows it. Look at her. She's laughing. Look at her. Look at her. She's laughing. Yeah, you're happy, huh?
No, I'm not.
You're not happy?
I want you to get on with your life.
This was a case about a car. The way she swindled a car from me. She used that against me. That
It
wasn't
never
right.
was yours. It never was yours.
It never was.
No.
That's why I put it together.
That's
and you're
all
driving
you
around.
did.
You're
That's
going
all
in
you
my car, another guy.
Not your car.
Not your car.
It's mine.
Yeah,
Look
when
it.
I gave the
Mine.
pink
Here's
slip.
the pink slip.
When I
Mine
gave
name.
the pink slip, you swindled me for it.
Never swindle anyone.
Yes, you did. You
Pink
on
slip,
me.
my mother did.
You me,
No, I
man.
wasn't.
You were having an affair on me.
No, I wasn't.
Yes, you were.
And now, the next case.
Bodies on Granary versus Swinford. All parties step up, please.
Roberta Guarnieri is upset that her former son-in-law left her daughter. Now, she says it's payback time for David Swinford.
Your Honor, this is case number 17 on the calendar in the matter of Granary versus Swinford. You may be seated.
Mrs. Guarnieri, Mr. Swinford is, according to your papers, your soon-to-be ex-son-in-law.
That's correct.
How long was he married to your daughter?
About 2.5 years.
No children.
Yes, they have one son. It's almost, he'll be 2 years old in December.
Your complaint says that while your daughter and soon-to-be ex-son-in-law were living together, you lent them some money to fix an old truck, $463.
That's correct. It was actually for two cars, a Ford Explorer and for a large truck. I don't know what it's called. It's got an extra cab in the back. And they were supposed to pay me back when they traded the cars in. And then when David left my daughter for his best friend's wife, I didn't want to extend any credit to him any longer and asked to have him pay it back.
Just
and
him?
he has paid it back in the past. We have also paid for other bills for him.
Well, for him and your daughter.
No, even before they were married, we paid off a stereo of his.
But
Because
while
he
they
was
were
paying-
married, you paid some things.
Yes, we paid off a Visa bill so they wouldn't have to pay the interest. And then they made payments to us.
And you want him to pay back this whole bill to you.
That's correct.
Why is that?
Well, it's went to his benefit. My daughter's now without any car. And the money was used to pay off his other cars and purchase cars. He bought
I'm
another
talking
car.
about this money. This money you said was just used to fix up a couple of cars.
Right, and we were supposed to be paid back when the cars were traded or sold. And the purpose was to fix them up so that they were in better shape so they could get a better value on the car. And they traded in and we didn't get the money back. So she still doesn't have a car.
All right, David, let's hear from you.
She's driving a brand new car right now, my ex-wife.
Well, I assume that you didn't buy that.
No, I did not.
Her parents did.
And I have bought a few vehicles since then, and she was driving the vehicles, the Acura and the van. She was driving both of
Well,
those.
but we're talking about right now. You know.
Right now, I also was left without a vehicle in this divorce. So I'm struggling. I have to pick up my son from their house to...
What happened to your cars?
My ex-wife repossessed it and took it to the leasing agency.
Is that right?
Yes.
So he doesn't have a car, and you have the use of a car that he didn't provide. You have the use of a car through your parents.
He also has the use of a car through
Yes,
his
I do
parents.
now.
Step up here.
He has the use of a car through his parents.
Judge Judy will return in a moment.
The girlfriend that they're referring to was since we've been
Your
separated.
best friend's wife.
Since you separated.
Yes.
That make you angry?
His best friend's wife?
Yes.
Roberta Guarnieri is upset that her former son-in-law left her daughter. Now, she says it's payback time for David Swinford.
What I really want to know is why are you angry? Is that why you decided to sue him?
Yeah, I suppose that would be part of it. And he's left her in considerable debt as well. And I don't feel that we both got, my husband and I both had cuts in pay. And we're no longer able to provide support. And we'd like to get some relief back.
Right now, I'm paying my ex-wife, $1,500 a month for child support now only.
Are
And
you
it-
paying that?
Yes, right.
But it also discontinues after 9 months.
Well, the child support will not discontinue
Right,
until
but
the child
the
is
alimony
older.
will.
So you're paying $1,500 a month.
Yes.
What kind of work do you do, sir?
I'm a refinery worker at Chevron in El Segundo.
How much do you earn?
About $60,000 a year.
And what do you do?
I'm unemployed. I'm a student.
You live at home with your parents?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
I also live at home with my parents.
Okay. And he's giving you $1,500 a month. Is he faithful in giving you that money?
Yes, he is.
What do you do with that money?
I was in another car accident, which I've been paying medical bills, paying rent to my parents, paying off other bills that he left me with.
Did he have some of those bills?
Yes,
So he was left with some bills and you were left with some bills?
yes.
I didn't leave her with any bills. I'm stuck right now with
Yeah, all your
$25,000.
utility bills.
I'm stuck right now with about $25,000 in bills. The utility bills that they're talking about are bills that after I had left the house, she had utility bills on the house that is my house. She was living in the house still for a few months after we separated.
Is that right?
Until he kicked her out, yes.
Is that right? You were living...
I had our son. Didn't come up to see the son at all for about 2
I
weeks,
didn't
so
want
I was
to
watching
see
her
my
son.
ex-wife. That's why I didn't bother to go up there.
Well, what I don't understand is he is faithfully paying the amount that he was ordered to pay. Clearly, he's got a substantial nut that he has to repay, which is not particularly terrible. I mean, you can understand why they're angry. I mean, if you left her daughter for somebody else,
That's not exactly what happened. She also has had boyfriends she's had quite a few boyfriends since we've separated.
We're not talking about since you separated, David. We're talking about before. I assume that what...
The girlfriend that they're referring to was since we've been separated.
Your best friend's wife.
Since you separated.
Yes.
That make you angry?
His best friend's wife? Yes.
Ex-wife.
Well...
Wife.
But that was since you've been separated.
No.
You say it was
He
before.
left for her.
How do you know that?
Because they went to Palm Springs 5 days later.
5 days, David? That
also
isn't even a
didn't come
reasonable
home a
warning period, David. You know what I mean?
There was no... I wanted to leave. That's why there was no warning.
Okay. Look, this loan of $460 was extended to both your daughter and your son-in-law at a time that they were together. It seems unreasonable for you to want him to pay that entire loan. They both had benefit of the vehicles that they bought.
Not on the truck. He never allowed her to drive the truck, other than to take it in for the repairs. She wasn't even allowed to drive it out of the driveway half the time.
Did you ever drive the truck?
Very rarely.
Did you ever drive the truck?
Around the block.
You drove the truck. So the answer is yes, you drove the truck.
Yes. But the Ford Explorer was paid off. His truck was not.
Doesn't make any difference. The loan was extended, Ms. Guarnieri, to both your children. And it seems unreasonable. And you acknowledge that this was a debt that was incurred to them. It was a joint debt, correct?
I am not even sure that they paid for this. The only thing I've seen is receipts for the work that was done, and they were all signed by my ex-wife.
Did you have those receipts?
Yes, and they were on my Visa bill.
Well, you knew that the work was done on the car, David.
Yes,
All right.
She's ready to rule in a moment.
Things aren't always exactly equal when people split up. Irrespective of whose fault it is, somebody always gets a little bit more in debt, and somebody always winds up a little bit better off financially. I have my sense that you're angry with him because your daughter is unhappy. She has a child that she's going to be taken care of for a long time.
I have the child almost 50% of the time right now.
Do you?
Yes.
I'm very pleased to hear that. That's really very good for a child to spend substantial time with both parents. So that's a very good thing. So I think that this was a joint debt, and I think that each of you have a responsibility to repay your mother, your soon-to-be former mother-in-law, for half of the amounts that she's requesting. She should not be out that money. You both acknowledge that these repairs were made. So the judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $232. I've rounded it off to the closest dollar. Okay? Thank you.
Excuse me. Step out, please. This is number 48 on the calendar in the matter of Hardman versus Adams. You seated.
Sit down, sir. Sit down, please. You two ladies met at the PTA. You have 5 children?
Yes.
And you have 3. Correct. I've read your complaint and answer. They're like short novels, so I'm going to try to put this case into context if I can. If I make a mistake, I'm sure you'll hop right in and tell me. You moved in with your 5 kids to the defendant's house.
Yes.
And you were in the process of getting a divorce at the time, correct? You had some sort of an arrangement where you would give her $150 rent according to your papers and pay some of the food, do chores around the house in exchange for living there.
Yes.
So far correct? And after a month or so, things didn't go well. You say that the defendant here was spending all of her money, which was substantial, she had a nice income, on drugs.
Yes.
And then you had a private conversation with a mutual friend, and told her about this drug problem, and the mutual friend went back and told her, right?
Yes.
And then she found out about it, and she threw you out of the house with your kids, and when you left some of your property behind.
Yes.
And that's what you're suing for. Property that you say is worth $340.
Right.
Now I've read your answer. And your Rancer accuses her of using illegal prescription drugs that weren't prescribed for her. And say he finally told her to leave the house. She left the house, and there was some damage that was caused by herself and her kids. But more importantly, you are offended, according to your answer, because while you were in the throes of this divorce that was taking place in Louisiana, there was a custody battle in Louisiana.
That divorce was already finished, but it was a custody.
It was a custody battle in Louisiana with your ex-husband?
Yes.
He was suing for custody of the children. She flew to Louisiana to testify against you in the custody case.
Correct.
And that made you really angry.
She didn't have any reason to do that.
So you say, well, I wouldn't have bothered with all the things she owed me. She owed me some money for phone bills and some rent and other things, and her kids damaged some things when they were in the house, and you would be willing to forget all of that, but as long as you're here, you're countersuing for $5,000.
If she wants to play, then we can play.
What happened with this drug problem that down the road precipitated you going to Louisiana and testifying against her?
Oh, no, it's the behavior that I saw from her in probably the last 3 weeks that I felt that I was justified in doing that.
Called anger.
Well, tell me about it.
Okay, she has been taking prescription Darvocet for quite a while now. And I could tell you within half a day when she was out and when she wasn't. And her mood changed completely.
So it was Darvocet that she was taking.
And then I found her smoking the marijuana. And it made me angry. And I'm like,
marijuana you got from your sister's boyfriend?
I don't want this around my kids. Not even your kids.
How did
this
you find
is
out
crap.
you were smoking marijuana?
I walked in the bedroom and she was doing it.
Listen, do you remember that?
Not exactly that way, Your Honor.
But close. Close.
As far as marijuana being in the household?
Yes.
Absolutely, because she kept supplying it.
So are you saying you were both using marijuana?
No.
Who was using it?
She was.
Why did you ask her to leave the house?
Well, I had gone away for a PTA convention. While I was gone, that's when this tape was made. I called to check on my children. She had gone off and left my kids alone for 2 hours in the house. My daughters.
How old are your children?
6. My son is 6. My daughters are 8.5, and now my other one is 10. She was 9 at the time. My daughter's front tooth was chipped by her son in the pool. I said I didn't want anybody in the pool. She basically told me to go to you-know-where, and they were in the pool anyway. As far as her tape and the scoring, my son works offshore, and Christy, the gal on the tape, is my daughter-in-law. At the time, they were engaged and living in my home.
Do you have your children with you?
I beg your pardon?
Your children are with you, this custody.
Oh, yeah, I'm a custodial parent and have been for 6 years.
What property do you say you left behind?
A leather jacket, a camera, and a case of oil.
Why did you leave that behind?
Because the way it came down, I had about 2 hours to get out. And I was packing up my children's things and mine too.
When did you ask for these things for the first time?
About 2 days later, and she would refuse to talk to me.
Do you have those things?
No, I don't have anything. I made at least 8 or 9 separate trips over to her home with my son. I sent my son over with things that belonged to her children.
Did she do that?
Yes, she did.
Her mother called me drunk all the time.
So she brought over a lot of things to you.
She brought over my children's things. She never brought mine.
Anything I found of hers was given back to her house. Her mother stopped by my home one morning, said, "How are you doing?"
Why would she keep a case of
Why
would she keep a case of oil?
Yeah.
Because she had her engine redone. Her husband did it for her. He gave her $400 told her to go have it redone. They used that to put in as the new stuff when it was redone. Because it was in the back of her car, because we went in her car to buy it at the price
We went in my car everywhere. Your car's a piece of crud.
Judge Judy will be right back.
When 5 little kids come into your house, things are going to get broken. You bought into it by inviting her with her 5 kids into your house.
Mary Ann Hardman moved with her 5 kids into Diana Adams' house. They met at the PTA, but ended up bitter enemies over kids and drugs.
Ladies, you don't like each other.
You're right.
I understand that. I understand that. You moved into her house, doesn't seem to me as if you're battling over a lot.
I'm not. I just want my things. That's
well,
all.
she doesn't have your things. She said everything that was in the house she took. You know,
She's lying.
I'm not so sure that she's lying.
I don't have my jacket, and I have a letter proving that I had a jacket. The person that bought it for me wrote a letter saying that yes, he did.
Oh, I suppose that's your drug supplier doctor friend, right?
Listen to me, Miss Adams. You're being rude. Talk to me. You want to talk to me, you can talk to her outside. You want to talk to me so that I can get the evidence that I need, then you have to talk to me.
Your Honor, I have a list of expenses that well exceeds $5,000 that this woman occurred in my home.
Yeah.
Her so-called witness was in my home 2 separate occasions.
I'm only at this.
she was never even there.
What we're really talking about is a leather jacket.
Which is absurd.
All right, I mean, we're talking about a leather jacket that you say you don't have.
And I countersued her.
Try not to interrupt me. It's a very bad thing. Let me tell you, one of the real perks of my job, right? We don't make a lot of money. But one of the real perks of my job is when I talk, nobody else talks. Your countersuit is based out of anger at being brought into court, and also what she did in Louisiana.
I have receipts.
I see that you have receipts, and I looked at some of the damage that you say you have a chipped front tooth on one of your kids because she was supposed to be watching the kids. I'm not going to deal with that.
Thank you.
You have a window screen that was broken. You know, I mean, you invited someone into your home who had 5 children.
Correct.
I mean, you know, you had 3 young children yourself.
This is true.
And this is your adult son.
That's right.
Right? So you know, children create problems.
This is true, and
So-
that would have been fine. I just felt sorry for her children.
Fine, but you have to expect that. When 5 little kids come into your house, things are going to get broken. Things are going to get stained. So I'm not entertaining this countersuit. You bought into it by inviting her with her 5 kids into your house. Listen, ladies, let me tell you something. It's really too bad that the mother of at least 8 small children, mothers of 8 small children, seem to me to be acting marginally irresponsible at best. I don't think that you should invite somebody with 5 children into your home. You have 3 children of your own. It's enough to take care of. When you have 8 little children in your house, it's almost like running a school.
Yes.
And certainly this was not done for the money, because $150 a month rent certainly doesn't balance out with 5 little kids running around the house.
No, it was
All
ridiculous.
right. So it's not about the money. It's not about the damage that the children caused. It's not about the chipped front tooth. You want to go your separate ways? Want to have nothing to do with each other anymore? Is that right?
I moved 100 miles away.
That sounds like a very good idea.
Yes.
This suit and the countersuit are dismissed. Thank you.
Parties are excused. Step out, please.
And now, the next case.
Bodies on Greca versus Taplin. Step forward, please.
Piano player Bill Greca says he was attacked by another piano player, Saul Taplin. Now, Mr. Greca is suing to a tune of $5,000.
Judge, number 23 on the calendar in the matter of Greca versus Taplin. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Have a seat, please.
Hello. Mr. Greca?
Yes.
You allege in your complaint that the defendant assaulted you while you were playing piano at the Senior Citizen Center.
Correct.
How old are you, sir?
78.
And you, sir?
82.
So tell me, where is the Senior Citizen Center?
It's called the Wilkinson Multi-Purpose Senior Center. It's in the city of Northridge. And that particular day, I sat down to play the piano. All the activities were finished. They had a band that day. When they left the auditorium, I sat down and played the piano. And I had 8 seniors around the piano. And we started playing, and they were sang the aria from the Traviata, a little solo mio, a lot of romantic Italian songs. I have Mr. Bennis here, one of the singers, a witness, and also Rosalind Anton, another witness. There were 8 seniors while this was happening. While I was playing the piano, the defendant approached me and told me to stop playing the piano. So I asked him, why? You're taking my customers away.
Is that what he said to you?
Exactly. And at that time, I didn't know what customers were, but I assumed that if you're a customer, he's getting paid. So I asked the seniors, I says, why don't you go with Sal and go to a sing-along? Now, I have a map. From where I'm playing, it's about a length of a football field for where he's conducting the sing-along. Plus, there are 2 double soundproof doors, and he's on the tail end of the building in another little room. And I have a diagram. So since nobody left, I continued playing the piano. They continued singing. So he comes storming, one of my witnesses will tell you, comes storming, comes over by the piano while I'm playing. He grabs both my wrists, and he's telling me, I told you to stop playing the piano, and I'm getting shook up. Miss Anton was trying to get him off of me. He wouldn't let go. I might have got excited, and I might have known what I said, but 6 days earlier that, I had an angioplasty procedure done. I have a heart case, I've had 3 heart attacks, and I don't need that.
Judge Judy will be right back.
Were you injured, Mr. Greco?
I'm wearing a back brace right now.
As a result of this?
Definitely.
Mayor Bill Greca says he was attacked by another piano player, Saul Taplin. Now, Mr. Greca is suing to a tune of $5,000.
Well, show me what he was doing, sir. Just a second.
Okay.
Could you go over, officer? Could you go over?
Make believe you're playing the piano. Put your hands on the keyboard. Now, this is the second time when he came and he grabbed me this way. He says, what did I tell you? Stop playing the piano. And he's shaking me up and down. And he won't let go. And like I said, I just got through an angioplasty with the 3 heart. I didn't need that. And I didn't know why he did it. I'm not a threat to him. I don't charge. I volunteer my service at Veterans Hospital, too.
So were you injured, Mr. Greco?
Definitely.
How were you injured, sir?
I'm wearing a back brace right now.
As a result of this?
Yes.
As a result of this?
Now, here's some information, the therapy, the doctor's report, and it's affected my right sacroiliac. But there may be 2 discs involved.
Mr. Tarplin.
Yes, Your Honor.
Why don't you tell me what happened, sir?
At the time that this thing happened, I was in the sing-along room, and my friend Elaine came to tell me that there was a fellow playing the piano and getting the attention of a lot of people whom I expected to come into the sing-along.
You don't get paid for this.
No, this
you
is
just
all volunteer.
Okay.
At one time, the center is always in need of money. So they came to me one time and asked me to ask the people who come into the sing-along for a donation. They don't have to, but whatever they can give is fine. When she told me, or somebody told me, that this man was playing the piano down here, and he was attracting a crowd of people, I needed those people to come into the sing-along so that I could ask them for donations, It's not customers. They're not customers of mine.
No, you wanted them to come to your room to do the sing-along.
I asked him very nicely, will you please stop playing the piano? I need these people to come into the sing-along. Paid no attention to me. Second time I asked him, would you please stop playing the piano so that these people come into the sing-along? Paid no attention to me. I went back, and I thought maybe some of the people would follow me back, but they didn't. So I came back a third time. As I was talking to him, he must have made some kind of a motion which prompted me to put my hands on his wrist. I didn't attack this man. I just laid my hands on his wrist to stop him from playing. As I did that, he says to me, you better take your hands off, otherwise I'll put my hand in my pocket and you'll be a dead man. At that time, I said, I better go call the police, which I did. I went up to the office, and they called the Recreation Park Rangers. They came and took my story, and I guess the LAPD came and took his story.
Both of you were there? Yeah. Would you step up, please? Both of you. Tell me your name, sir.
Yanko Benush.
And your name?
Rosalind Anton.
Would you like to tell me first what you saw?
Well, I saw it. I'll make it short. And he did come down the aisle, storming through the doors, angry, and grabbed Bill's hands. And
what did he do?
I saw that happening. I grabbed for his hands to try to free him from it. I said, get your hands off of him.
and I couldn't free him. So 3 men had to free him.
And what did you see?
Story.
Same story.
Same story.
Man, a few words. Thank you. All right, now let me take a look at this. Were all your medical bills covered, sir?
Well, I have an HMO, Your Honor, so I went twice. I paid a co-payment of $3. The back brace was given to me by Dr. Solomon, and then I went to therapy, and then I had x-ray taken. And in fact, I went back the second time, if my memory serves me well, and I'm still wearing the back brace.
That's a year later?
Yes, it's affected my second and third disc between the vertebrae and my sacroiliac.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
Mr. Taplin.
Yes.
You got excited, sir.
I was a little excited.
And you did the wrong thing. And based upon these medical reports that I had, the plaintiff did suffer injury as a result of you violently shaking him by the
It
hands.
was not violent, Your Honor.
Oh, I think it was. I have witnesses that I credit that it took 3 people to get you to let go of him. I believe that. You know, you were excited. You should, at your age, know that you have to control your temper. There was no reason to put your hands on this gentleman. So he is suing for $5,000. He says that he suffered injury. He's still wearing a back brace. So you had no right to put your hands on him. You did put your hands on him. He was injured. And he was injured substantially if he's still incapacitated as a result of wearing his back brace, which is supported by this. So the judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $5,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Your Honor, this is case number 306 on the calendar in the matter of Thomas versus Lewis. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated.
Mr. Thomas, your lawsuit alleges that the defendant filed false allegations against you of sexual harassment, causing you, at least temporarily, to lose your job and suffer all kinds of emotional trauma and stress and embarrassment.
Yes.
Did you work together in the same office?
No, ma'am.
Well, tell me how you knew her.
We cordially met in the lobby area, and
In the lobby of a building where you both worked?
yes,
What kind of work were you doing?
I'm in the security field.
So you were a security officer?
Yes.
Go ahead.
And, from time to time we spoke, and then every now and then we went to lunch, socialized and talked everything. And everything was pretty cool. There was a
There
situation.
came a time when you alleged that you lent money to the defendant.
Yes.
And that precipitated her making these allegations against you.
Yes.
Well, tell me about that, sir.
Okay, well, as I said, she was having some problems, and she asked my assistance as far as loaning her some money for a motel that she had wanted to stay in to relocate from the current place she was at. And so, I went and I assisted her in that matter. She stayed there for a couple of weeks.
How much money did you actually loan her?
Well, it wasn't a direct cash flow. I utilized a credit card, so I would be able to keep a record in the future.
How much?
$250.
$250.
Yes, $250.88.
Okay, so you helped her out with the motel for moving from one place to another.
Yes.
And then what happened?
Then at that time her apartment was ready, and she again asked my assistance to help her relocate to the apartment. Well, she didn't have the funds required to rent out the truck, so she asked if I could utilize my credit to rent the truck out, and then once we've completed the move, she would reimburse me of the initial truck use funds.
And how much was that altogether?
Altogether, that was $57.24 for the truck and $6.25 for gas to refuel the truck.
Now, did she pay you back any of this money?
No.
So there came a time when you started to ask her for the money.
Yes.
And then what happened?
Okay, the disagreement arose around the time when we were trying to negotiate a way to return the truck. Well, apparently she was agitated because I didn't want to loan her my credit card and so she can return the truck and then return the credit card back to me. So that pretty much fueled the disagreement. Well, to pretty much separate myself, I said, well, go ahead, return the money that you owe me. This is the money that you owe me, and we'll just go our separate ways. She responded in a threatful manner, basically stating that, you know, if you don't leave me alone, you're going to regret that you ever met me. So I left it alone Sunday, and Monday morning I called her again, you know, once again trying to see if we can't negotiate this in a mature manner. She wouldn't speak to me, so what I did is I conjured up a letter to her and just basically broke down everything that she had owed me.
Okay, so you sent her a letter.
Yes.
When did she make these allegations against you of sexual harassment?
I sent the letter to her Monday, and the allegations were brought to my attention that Thursday.
Okay. To make a long story short, yes. The charges were subsequently all dismissed.
Yes.
But you had to be transferred to a different location. You took a decrease in pay according to your papers. Is that right?
Yes, what had happened is that they had pretty much put me in rover status where I worked at certain assignments for the going price that they were.
So you earned less, Mr.
Yes.
Thomas. You earned less. But you're suing her for $5,000, clearly much more than this. And the reason you're suing her for $5,000 is because you say she wrongfully made these accusations against you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Miss Lewis?
Yes.
Let me hear from you.
Well, Your Honor, first of all, we did work in the same building. When I met John, I told him from the beginning that I'm not looking for anyone. Okay, I moved out here from another state. I came out in January. I secured a job in February. Then we met, I think, in March. He would come up to me, give me candy, walk with me while I was on break, and I told him strictly that I just wanted a platonic friendship and nothing more. John continued to, everywhere I was, he seemed to automatically show up. He was a friend to me. You know, we went out a couple times to the movies. I never asked John for any help of any type of monetary source because I make 3 times more money than he makes, okay? I never asked John for any money. He insisted that he knew where I was staying at a motel downtown. I was happy with that. I knew I was going to stay there until I secured an apartment, which is what I did. But the reason he wanted me to move because he did not have access to me the way that he wanted access to me because it was a security building and there was no visitors allowed in the building. So he suggested to me that I move to another motel in Culver City.
This is the first hotel that you were in?
This is the first hotel that I was at. This is the hotel I planned to stay at until I found my apartment. He knew I was looking for an apartment. He knew I was looking for a car. He went around and got numbers for apartments. Oh, you should move here. He even went to his complex, suggested I go there, and I decided the same day not to move there because he was...
Stop for a second.
Okay.
Sound like a very intelligent, together lady. Right? And you just told me that you were really happy with where you were staying, and you were going to stay there until you found a permanent apartment.
Right.
But you moved.
Right.
Into a different motel.
Right.
One that he was happier with.
Right. I moved.
Why?
Because it was closer to my job. Right now, I had an hour-and-a-half commute from downtown to Westwood. And I decided to take his offer up because it was nicer, it was closer to my job.
Fine.
Okay.
And he laid out some money for you.
No, he did not. I was paying a certain weekly amount of rent by the week where I was. I had that money. Only thing he had to put with the money was another $40.
Whether it was $40 or 40 pennies.
Okay.
According to him, it was $250.88. According to you, it was $40. You just told me that you earned 3 times as much money as he did. Why in the world would you take $40 from him? Why?
Because I did not have the money at the time. I was between pay periods.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
I have a greeting card from her, and the title says, "To the Man of My Dreams."
Once I dreamed of someone special. Now I know that I was dreaming of you.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. John Thomas says his former friend Denise Lewis falsely accused him of sexual harassment. Denise says John is angry because their friendship never turned into romance.
Now, when did you make this report of sexual harassment?
After the week after I moved into my apartment.
Why?
Because he tried to force himself on me after we moved the refrigerator and the bedroom furniture into my apartment.
Well, tell me about that, madam.
Okay, after the things were moved into the apartment, he laid down on we put everything in the living room because I had to paint the bedroom. He laid down on the mattress and he called me in there and he threw me down on the mattress and started making sexual moves on me. And it took me about a couple minutes to push him off of me, and I asked him to leave.
And he left?
After some screaming and yelling, and yes, he did.
What kind of screaming and yelling?
I was screaming to get out of my apartment, that you don't live here.
And he left?
After some time, and he left when he got ready to leave.
So that's when you filed a complaint of sexual harassment against him?
Not only for that reason, was because the Saturday morning when he was supposed to come back and get the truck, I asked him to leave. We had an argument. I asked him to leave.
So you still had the truck?
The truck is still there. He has the keys to the truck.
Okay. So he had his car and he wanted you to help him take the truck back.
Right.
What happened then?
I didn't open the door for him.
Why?
Because I was upset with him because of what he had tried to do. Okay, he never came to me and asked me to try and work things out, to try and say, okay, I owe you this money, let's try and make some type of arrangements. The next thing I knew, he had left a letter on the counter of where I work, and it was a bill for how much he assumed that I owe him.
So tell me when you made this allegation of sexual harassment, after you got the bill?
No, I made it like a few days later because he was calling and harassing me at work.
He was calling and asking you for what?
He was calling, he said he wanted to get together and talk. And I said, I don't want anything else to do with you because of your behavior, because you have been harassing me.
When did you make that statement to him?
I made it on Monday. And I asked him not to call me again and that I will pay him his money.
So did you pay him the money?
No, I did not.
Why?
Because he kept harassing me.
Just a minute, why didn't you pay him the money? Maybe if you paid him the money, he would stop harassing you. Maybe if you paid him the bill, he would feel as if he wasn't so used.
Yeah.
And then he would leave you alone.
Yeah, well, maybe if he had come to me as an adult and not someone threatening me with gang violence and I'm going to get the Bloods to kill you and this and that, maybe if would have come to me in an appropriate manner, I would have been more than happy to settle with him, just like I tried to call him 2 weeks ago. And I asked him, why did you file this lawsuit against me? And I said, can we come to some kind of agreement because I want this to go away? And his comment was, after several moments of silence, at 27 years old, was, you started it.
Well, Miss Lewis, you started it. Let me tell you something. I'm a woman, and I take allegations of sexual harassment in the workplace very seriously. But I resent it when women use allegations of sexual harassment as one-upmanship. And I'm telling you right now, the story that's coming through my head is an older lady with a lot more experience has a guy 5-6 years younger than she is, who's clearly smitten with her. And what's coming out of her mouth is, no, no, yes, yes. No, no, yes, yes. You let him move you into another apartment? You're a smart lady. All you had to do was say, I'm happy where I am, John. I don't mind having coffee with you when we're here. You seem like a nice young man, but, you know, this is not a romantic thing. So you let him help you out once. And instead of doing the nice thing, the right thing, by totally cutting him off so that you feared him, you're not playing mind games with his head. You call him again when you need help. So he's saying to himself, She really likes me. I don't care what she says. She's letting me rent a truck with her and move her stuff into her apartment and help her place the furniture where it is. So clearly, she may be saying no, but her eyes are saying yes, yes.
We will continue in a moment.
She strategically planned it to where I lost out on a promotion, I lost out on a raise, and
From $5 to $7, wow.
Real cases, real people. Judge Judy. Security guard John Thomas is suing Denise Lewis for defamation after she accused him of sexual harassment.
You're in your apartment. The furniture and the refrigerator are all set. And you want no part of him. Well, he doesn't know that, so then he calls you and says, now I feel used, now I want my money. Your response was to file allegations of sexual harassment against him. I don't hear any sexual harassment, madam. He moved you into your apartment. He thought you were encouraging him. He left when you told him to leave. You may say you yelled and screamed, but I don't believe that there was any kind of attempted rape there. I don't believe that for 1 second. And your response was to try to injure him in his profession, which was a security guard. That's not fair.
Just because two people are friends does not mean that, okay, just because one party wants to go forward with a relationship and the other doesn't, I don't think that's encouraging.
Miss Lewis, you know that he wants romance and you don't. You don't use him.
He took advantage of me.
Oh, baloney.
He did. He knew that I lived out here by myself.
Nobody takes advantage of you, madam. I've known you for 5 minutes, and I can tell you right now, nobody takes advantage of you. If you don't want that to happen. You took advantage of him. And the right thing to do was to let him know unequivocally from the beginning, this is not going anywhere, and not do anything to encourage him. Nothing to encourage him. And what you did was encourage him by continuing to allow him into your life. You have something you want me to hear? Is that why you brought that?
Yes, due to her statement. She says that she never made any attempt to encourage me or whatnot. Here I have a greeting card from her, dated April 4th. And the title says, "To the man of my dreams."
Can I see it?
So,
just a minute. Show this to the defendant and tell her if that signature looks familiar to her.
Yes, it does. Uh-huh. This card was not intended for him.
Well, why don't you tell me how you got this card, sir?
She gave me the card around that time. This was the envelope that she gave it to me in.
Can I see it, please? Why don't you try to explain that to me, Miss Lewis? How did he come into possession of a card that wasn't meant for him? Why don't you try to tell me that?
He took it out of my briefcase when he was giving me a ride to work. That card was not intended for him.
Who was it intended for?
Someone else.
Someone else who also moved furniture?
No.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. Once I dreamed of someone special. Now I know that I was dreaming of you.
Judge Judy is ready to rule.
I have never been interested in him. You know, I'm not interested in overweight men.
You used him, Miss Lewis. And then in order to get rid of him, you filed a complaint against him for sexual harassment. Oh, yes, that's exactly what you did. And you injured him. You injured him in his job. You had him moved from his job. He suffered embarrassment. He suffered humiliation. And at least something else that I find equally as disturbing is we have finally reached a point in this country, the end of this century, where we do not permit people of either sex to be sexually harassed in their workplace. And unfortunately, it's because of ladies like you that people look at these lawsuits and wonder if they are all real. That diminishes the real allegations of sexual abuse and of sexual harassment in the workplace. It's not supposed to be used as a hammer to solve all the problems that you have. It's supposed to be used sparingly and when it's true.
You don't know that it's not true.
Oh, I know that it's not true, madam.
there.
I know that you
there.
used him.
That's not true.
You used him. You knew he was smitten with you. You used him, and when you were finished with him and he wouldn't leave you alone, in order to get rid of him so that you didn't have to look at him anymore, you filed an allegation of sexual harassment against him that was ultimately investigated and dismissed because you have been reinstated, correct?
And it was not the first of its kind.
I haven't asked you about your history either. Right? Whether this is a modus operandi for you. We understand each other, Miss Lewis? I am awarding you $2,500, Mr. Thomas. And I hope that it serves as a lesson. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $2,500. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
And now the next case.
All parties on Bates versus Barkdall. Step forward, please.
Retiree Alga Bates claims 40-year-old waitress Sharon Barkdall owes her over $3,000. Sharon claims Alga is trying to ruin her life.
Miss Bates, according to your complaint, the defendant was a neighbor of yours and became a friend. Is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And according to your complaint, she told you that she had some financial problems.
Yes, Your
and that you loaned her, in a series of loans, $3,025. Is that right?
No, Your Honor. We loaned her $3,840 and she paid back $815, which left a balance still to be paid of $3,025.
Thank you. Okay, now, Miss Barkdall, you acknowledge in your answer to her complaint that you borrowed this money.
Yes.
And you say, however, that after you borrowed the money, she became controlling of your life, caused you a lot of stress. Therefore, you are not going to pay her a penny. And in addition, you're countersuing for $5,000 for nuisance, harassment, pain, and suffering. So, Miss Bates, you don't have to say anything. She's acknowledged that she borrowed the money. She's acknowledged that the outstanding amount is $3,025. Is that right?
That's correct.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment.
How dare you have...
Judge Judy. Alga Bates is suing Sharon Barkdall for the return of over $3,000 in loans.
Okay, now, Miss Barkdall, convince me.
All right. In December, Olga and I were very good friends, and at that time she had become controlling of my life. She was like a mother figure to me. I felt very close to her, but the more that I felt close to her, the more controlling she became over me. So at that point, I severed the relationship. I felt like she wanted to sever the relationship, and I was still paying her small amounts of money until one day I went to work and she left a message on my machine saying that if I didn't pay her more money, that she was going to have me fired from the Hyatt, or go to the Hyatt, not fired, go to the Hyatt and tell my employer that I owed her this money. So I wrote her a letter saying, please don't do that, because if you do that, it's going to cause these problems. Number one, they don't want to hear personal problems. Number two, if you do that, I'll get fired and I won't have a job to pay you back. And number three, here's $15 intent to pay, and let's work through this. So after that happened, I had a Christmas tree in my house, and I had sent out some invitations for a party. I left a cocktail notice on one of the neighbors upstairs, and she went and got it off his door and called him in LA and told him that I was having a cocktail party. She then leaves a recording, 2 different recordings on my answering machine, saying that, oh, you have this big cocktail party, you owe me this money, surely you're not paying for it. Then her husband left a message after that saying, we do not want anything to do with you anymore. So I said, fine, if that's what this is about. So I went and got a restraining order on her, a temporary restraining order, because she was walking past me and saying, oh, there's the girl having the big cocktail Christmas party. I mean, and it was just ridiculous. It was like all I wanted to do was continue paying.
Just a minute. Give me the best reason you have for not paying her.
The best reason is I got fired from the Hyatt Hotel, and where am I going to get the money to pay her now?
Did you get fired because of her?
I believe I did.
No. Well, then, if you believe you did, you got fired because of her. Why don't you tell me how?
Because she left a message on my machine saying to me, and it was like on a Friday, and she said, if you don't pay me the money that you owe me, I'm going to the Hyatt Hotel and I'm going to tell them that you owe me this money.
Okay.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. Want justice? Call 1-888-800-JUDY. On the internet, judgejudy.com.
Here we go. Hey, your countersuit is dismissed. It's nonsense. You don't like the way somebody is talking to you. This is not nuisance, harassment, or anything else. It's somebody who's trying to give you some advice, even though you didn't ask for it. You're a big girl. If you don't like the advice, you don't listen to it and tell her, I don't want to listen to your advice. Don't talk to me anymore. That's not nuisance. That's not harassment. And certainly the only pain and suffering that I see in this case is from these two people that lent you money. Now, you got some heck of a nerve to give her $15 Christmas time on a $3,000 debt. $3,000. And then go out and have a party in your house. Big party, little party. You went out and bought invitations. You went out and mailed the invitations. You had a party. You served liquor. You served food. You had to spend at least $100. Can't do a party for less. Right, Bert?
Not doing it.
No. Can't do a party for less. How dare you have a Christmas party when you still owe her $3,000? You got some heck of a nerve. I mean, if you're a big girl and you don't want somebody to act like your mother, start growing up. Judgment in this case is for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,025.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Judge Judy will continue in a moment. And on the next judge...
Yes, this is case number 350 on the calendar in the matter of Armendariz versus Rodriguez. Pleasure to sworn in judge. You may be seated. Ladies, have seats.
Mr. Armendariz, the defendant was married to your father who died in jail recently. How long were you married?
14 years.
According to both of you, your father and your husband was a very difficult man. According to both of you, he had a drug problem, he had a bad temper problem, and at the time of his death, listen to me, at the time of his death, you were separated.
Yes, ma'am.
And I also gather from reading the papers that there had been an altercation involving you and your husband, for which he was arrested. Was he taken into custody?
He was taken into custody, but they had taken him to a hospital for evaluation.
So he had problems. It is your claim, sir, that the defendant took a car that belonged to your father, that he willed to you.
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant says that after the will was drafted, he gave her power of attorney over the car, and it was her car to sell and dispose of. She further says that you came into the home at some point when your father was either hospitalized or shortly after his death, and sold or took all of the property in the house. Property that was their property during the 14 years that they were married.
No, ma'am.
So, that's her counterclaim.
Okay.
Now, let me understand the circumstances surrounding your father's death. I believe that you moved in to take care of your father after he was released from psychiatric hospital.
I picked him up from the hospital, Your Honor.
Try to pay attention to the broader picture, sir.
Okay.
You were living with him, there was a fight, he became abusive, and he was hospitalized.
Yes, ma'am.
He left the hospital and you went to live with him.
Yes, ma'am.
When was that?
June 1st, 2002.
Now, up until 2002, you had been living with him as husband and wife, is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
When was he taken to the hospital? In June?
Yes, ma'am.
June comes, there's major altercation, he's taken off to the hospital. When he's released, you go to live with your father.
Yes, he needed medical attention, medical help with his medicine. She had left my father.
Sure, I didn't ask you anything else.
Okay.
And then there came a time that your father stabbed you in the head.
Yes.
When was that?
That was July the 12th.
So, a short period of time after they decided that he wasn't crazy and that he could leave the hospital, he stabs his son in his head, right?
He was using crack cocaine, Your Honor.
Right. Crack cocaine, drugs, not balanced, stabs you in the head. Police are called, he's arrested, and he's taken to jail.
Yes.
When did he die?
August 27th.
Where was he when he died?
He was in jail.
What did he die from?
I don't know exactly, but he had pulmonary heart disease and cirrhosis of the liver.
Sounds like he was some problem over a long period of time.
Yes, he was, and we tried to help him, Your Honor.
Where do you live?
In Dallas.
Where did he live?
Dallas.
Did you live with your husband continuously, Mrs. Rodriguez, during the 14 years that you were married up until June of 2002?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now, I'd like to see a copy of your father's will, and I want to see a copy of the power of attorney that his wife says was executed after the will was executed. The date on this was changed, madam.
Yes, ma'am, it was, because I was very confused at the time. He signed it and I dated it, and I couldn't quite remember when I visited him in jail, because that was signed when he was in jail. He also...
Listen to me.
Yes, ma'am.
This is invalid. Take it and throw it away. Line your garbage can with it. There was a date on there, but it was changed.
Yeah, I did that.
Well, then it's invalid. And then what you did was... you went and got an affidavit of heirship for a car.
Yes, ma'am.
Saying that your husband died without a will.
Yes.
But he didn't die without a will. He
At
had
that
a will.
time, I didn't know he had a will, ma'am.
Then you were mistaken. He has a will.
I know now he had one.
I sure think you probably knew September 12th, 2002. When did you tell your stepmother that he had a will?
I believe July 14th. July the 14th, I gave her a copy of the will that I had.
Oh, you did? Where were you when you gave her a copy of the will?
At my house. And she came over and picked it up.
So that you knew, Miss Rodriguez, that he had a will.
Then I did, yes, ma'am.
Well, you signed this in September.
Okay.
So, you knew in September, when you signed this, and swore to the fact that there was no will, that there was a will, and that the will gave the car to your son. Therefore, where is the car?
The car is in my possession.
Car is going to him. Easy. That's easy. So now we've taken care of the car. Do you understand?
Your Honor, Miss
We've... Yeah, sure.
When my husband was in jail, I went to go see him. And he told me then, he says, I don't want Tommy to have the car.
That's unfortunate. All I'm telling you is...
And to Your Honor...
Listen to me. Listen to me carefully. He gets the car because that's what the law says. Where's the title to the car?
I have it, but it's not in my name. I've sold the car.
You sold... Just a second. Let me see the title to the car. Who did you sell the car to?
The original.
Shh. Who did you sell the car to, Mrs. Rodriguez?
Robert.
When did you sell the car?
I sold the car privately.
Your Honor, that's who she lives with.
I sold the car after I found out all this was going on because Tommy had went and sold my items in my house.
Just a second.
That's a lie,
well, we're going to get to that in a second.
Yes, ma'am.
You're slick. You're being slick, and I don't like it.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Tommy Almendarez says his stepmother owes for the value of a 1990 Beretta. Tommy says the car was left to him after his father died in jail.
Okay. Now, I don't know whether he did the wrong thing by selling the items in your house, and maybe you both deserve each other. But this is playing slick. Miss Robert is the person you live with?
Yes, ma'am.
I didn't ask you anything. Is this the person you live with?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is a lot of baloney. Just like the other piece of paper that you gave me that was doctored up. I didn't ask you anything. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I don't want you to say anything else until I ask you.
Yes, ma'am.
What items do you claim that he sold that belonged to you and your husband?
Oh, Lord.
Everything.
Everything that I've
Fine.
accumulated.
Mr. Armendariz, did you sell anything or dispose of any property that was in your father's house? Now, you make sure that I hear the truth, everything.
My father sold some of his stuff in the garage sale, and some of the stuff is still in the house right here. I've got pictures of it.
That's not what I asked you. I asked you whether you or anyone acting on your behalf disposed of any property in the house.
No,
Nothing.
Nothing. I've got pictures, Your Honor. Let me see. Of everything she left in the house.
And all this stuff is still there?
15th. Yes, ma'am. It's all there.
It's all there. Show this to the defendant, please.
Your Honor, may I say something, please?
No, I want you to look. I want you to follow my directions.
Yes, ma'am.
That stuff is still in the house. Do you want that stuff?
Yes, ma'am. I'd like to have it, but there's still some stuff that's not there.
What?
I have 2 more blue recliners.
Do you have any evidence that he disposed of them rather than your husband disposing them?
I know they were in the house when I last went in there. I have a police report where he called the police on me.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about
Because
from
he's
the
having
time
a
you
garage
left.
sale.
Listen to me. From the time you left till the time your husband was taken to jail, there was a period of time there that he could have disposed of certain property.
Yes.
Now, do you have any proof that he disposed of those 2 recliners that you're looking for and not your husband?
I don't have the proof of that.
Okay, so we have no proof of that. What else is missing other than the 2 blue recliners?
An entertainment center, which is not in the picture.
Do you know
Your
anything
Honor,
about
my father sold that in a garage sale.
when?
I'm not sure on the date.
It was 5:15 is when we picked him up from Parkland. It was a week later.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I also had 2 25-inch color TVs.
Where are those?
My father sold that in a garage sale. He was making room for us to move some of our furniture in the house. So
Why would he sell television sets?
He had a television in each of his rooms.
Well, where are the television sets that are there, sir?
He sold them.
No, listen to me. I have a feeling you people do deserve each other. If your father had televisions in each room in the house, and I look at those pictures, and I don't see any television sets in those pictures.
There is one television in the house. I forgot to take a picture of it, Your Honor.
I think you're a hustler. I think you're a hustler, too.
Your Honor, the television there at the house.
No. You said to me, listen to me. You said to me, these are the things that are in the house. And all of a sudden you leave out certain electronic equipment.
One television, Your Honor.
No, I don't believe one television. I don't believe that your father would sell all the televisions and leave one television.
I had televisions myself, Your Honor, when I moved in.
And how many televisions were there? No, don't speak. Look, talk to me.
3 or 4.
If you say another word, madam,
There
under
was
your
about
breath,
3
you're leaving. Do you
televisions.
understand? Unless I ask you a question.
I think he had about 3 televisions in there, but he did sell them in a garage sale.
I don't believe you. What's next?
Yes, ma'am. I had a Queen Anne Victorian couch. That's not in the picture.
Couch.
My father sold it, Your Honor. We had furniture too. He wanted to get rid of his old furniture to make room for our furniture, so we'd have a place to put it.
Your Honor, may I speak?
Who are you?
This is my daughter.
Does she have any information about when these items were sold?
Yes, ma'am. And
Step up.
She also has. Okay.
Your last name?
Lamb.
Go ahead.
The Queen Anne Victorian couch would not have been sold by my stepfather for the simple fact it was an heirloom. He treasured that as much as my mother did. There are many items on this list that my father, my stepfather, who to me was my father, that were important to him. There are some things on here that he wouldn't have sold, especially.
Well, I don't know that. Is that what you want to tell me? Sit down. Sit. Hey, this is so easy. Very, very easy. She's a hustler. She had no right to do what she did with your car. The car really should have been yours. Right now, there is a third person who has a title in that car, and I'm not getting involved with it. I might have, under ordinary circumstances, gotten involved with it, but I think that you sold some property. Either sold, kept, moved into your house that belonged to your father, and that you felt as if you were perfectly entitled, since she left, to dispose of and use the property any way you deem fit.
Your Honor,
I believe that that's what you did. You are not going to convince me that you didn't either take or sell those television sets. And I don't know whether he was attached to a couch or not. Mr. Armendariz, unfortunately, you don't get your car. And unfortunately, you have a counterclaim. Your counterclaim is for property. Property that you thought was yours. I hope you got a good price for the car, because you'll have to go and replace some of the items with the money that you got from selling him the car. Goodbye.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
It's been pretty hard.
It would have all worked out if he would just let me have what my stuff.
She left him. She didn't care about his medical problems.
I'm glad it's over with, because it's been torturing me for a long time.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Hamilton versus Meisha. Step forward, please.
24-year-old truck parts assistant Denise Hamilton is suing her ex-boyfriend, 24-year-old waste management supervisor Mark Mesha, for a series of unpaid loans.
Miss Hamilton, the defendant is your former boyfriend, and it is your claim that you made 2 loans to him. He's no longer your boyfriend. You want the money back.
Yes.
When was the first loan, and what was it for?
It was for his car insurance. He had gotten behind, and I'd recently gotten a credit card, so I told him I would loan him the money. The agreement was he was going to pay me back in full by the time the date came for the bill.
Okay, how much was that?
$471.
Okay, let's deal with one loan at a time. Did she put your insurance bill on her credit card?
Yes.
Tell me the circumstances surrounding her putting your insurance on her credit card.
Well, at first it was to pay it back, but then we purchased a car for her. And
who purchased a car for her?
Both of us. And they asked for $800 more to put down on the car, so I paid the $800 as it was due.
You mean a down payment?
Yes, she put $1,000 on it, and then they wanted $1,800, so I put the extra $800 on it.
Is that right?
That's incorrect.
Okay.
That was what was supposed to happen. They wanted $160 a week until we got through with the $800, and then the regular car payments would start. So the first week, he got paid on a Friday, came home, said, "Oh God, I don't know why I said I could do this. I don't think I have the $160. So I maxed out my other credit card. I paid $100. He gave me $60 for it.
What happened the next week?
He paid it the next week. He paid
it $160 the next week?
Yes.
And what about the third week?
He paid it the third week.
Third week he paid $160. What about the fourth week?
Yes.
That means so far he paid $540 towards the car.
Yes.
Okay, now who has the car?
I have the car, because I'm a co-signer.
So you have the car?
Yes.
Now, you say that this $471, the loan was sort of forgiven because you put in far more than $471 towards her car.
Correct.
Well, how do you respond to that?
We had signed the paperwork. He said, I can do this. I can put the down payment on the car. I said, fine. And I was going to tell him, you know, I understand that you're not going to have the $471 by the time the credit card is due.
Darn right. Yeah.
So I was going to say, you can just make like the minimum payment or whatever. And
I don't care what you were going to say.
Well, he told me.
What did you say?
He said, you know, now I don't have the money for this, so I can't pay it.
Fine. That's reasonable. So then you shouldn't have bought the car.
He wasn't.
Miss Hamilton, what are you complaining about? You came out ahead. So what are you complaining about?
Well,
you have a car.
Yes.
He paid a piece of that car. He has no use of that car. You loaned him because he didn't have it, $471, and he loaned you a hell of a lot more than that because you didn't have money. Come on, so far I'm unsympathetic towards your plight, Miss Hamilton. What's next that you gave him money for?
I loaned him $1,300.
For what and when?
It was in August 15th. He was supposed to go put a down payment on an apartment for me, him, and his best friend. And basically just took off with it. And I had to go looking for him, ask him what happened to the money, ask him why we didn't have an apartment.
Okay, go. $1,300.
Okay, she
Look at me.
She signed the check over.
What check?
It was a check for $1,300. But the agreement was, like she said, it was to make, you know, payments for the apartment. And when I got out there, we basically started going astray, and I needed a place to stay, and I just used the money to get a place to stay.
So you owe her the $1,300.
Well, I don't feel, I don't feel that I should owe money for money that was supposed to be put up, and then all of a sudden we sat down and said, okay, it's not making out.
What kind of double talk is that? Okay, sometimes you have to say, I owe her the money. I did the wrong thing.
But I have.
You took $1,300 from her in August,
right,
and then you took off.
Did she ever say it was a loan for one?
It was to be used for the down payment on an apartment. It may have been used as a down payment on an apartment, but only for you. And the original intent was for it to be used as a down payment on an apartment for both of you. Therefore, if you weren't using the money for a purpose for which it was given to you, you must give it back. Do you understand?
Yes, I'd give it back.
Perfect.
I only half of it anyway.
What?
From what I understand, from what I've been told, it was part of it was a loan, and I'd only owe half of it anyway.
Now we have a different story, so explain that to me.
I'm not exactly sure on the whole detail. It was lent basically on her, and both of us owed it. As soon as she would have gotten the apartment, I would have had to pay it anyway.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,300. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. This is case number 345 on the calendar in the matter of Adams versus Contreras Asensio. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Gentlemen, have seats.
Miss Adams, on what date did this accident happen?
December 16th.
What time?
Approximately 10:15 p.m.
What kind of a car were you driving?
A 93 Saturn.
According to your complaint, the defendant's dog ran out into the middle of the road. Your car hit the dog. A lot of damage was caused to your car that you want the defendants to pay for.
Yes, ma'am.
Unfortunately, the dog was killed, not immediately, after the car was hit by your car. And they say that you were probably going too fast. They are counterclaiming for the pain and suffering that they felt when their dog died and for the value of the dog. What kind of a street is this?
It's a very narrow residential street.
Do you live in that neighborhood?
No.
What were you doing there?
I had taken some paperwork to my friend that lives around the corner from them.
Is there lighting in the streets?
It's not a lot of lighting, no. It's not as bright as a busy street.
Tell me what happened.
I had left my friend's house. I pulled around the corner, and it was approximately 6 houses down. This dog ran out in front of me. I don't even think I had a chance to hit my brakes when I hit it. It ran between two cars, and I was there.
Were there cars parked on the side of the street?
Oh yeah, it's a very busy street. It's a tight street.
So there were cars parked, and the dog ran out in between the cars.
Yes.
What was your dog doing out without a leash?
I wasn't there at the time, but
Okay, so you don't know who was who was there?
Well, my neighbor, my guest neighbor, he was there. He saw everything. What happened?
Just a second.
Sorry.
Were you there?
No.
Well, who was there?
My witness.
I was right there.
Tell me what your name is.
My name is Gerardo Cruz.
Mr. Cruz, were you taking care of the dog?
No, I had got it was in 10:15 p.m. Excuse me.
You answer my questions. First, put your hands down. Were you taking care of the dog?
Yes, I was.
You just told me no. Were you taking care of the dog, or were you not taking care of the dog?
Yes, I was taking care of the dog.
Okay. What was the dog doing without a leash?
Well, he followed me out to the street. It was approximately 4:50 between 4:30 and 5 o'clock when
I don't care what time it was. First of all, what kind of dog is this?
It's a Rottweiler.
So it's a big dog?
Yeah.
Yes.
What was this big dog doing in your care without a leash?
I'd gone out to the street.
For what?
To get a football across the street.
You went out to go get a football across the street?
Yes.
And
I picked it up, and the dog followed me accidentally. I guess out to the street. And I was talking to my elderly neighbor that lives right in front of my house when I saw the dog coming towards me, so I told him, go back. So he was going back. Approximately, the car was coming 40 to 50 miles per hour when the impact.
Sit down. Did you leave him in charge of your house?
He's my guest house.
He lives in
my house. I got a guest home.
He lives in the back of our house, in our guest home.
So he was in charge of your dog?
We're not there at the moment.
At the time, he was the only one that was there and seeing everything with my neighbor.
Leanne, listen to me. When you weren't home, where did you put your dog?
In the backyard.
And his house is in the backyard?
Yes.
Yeah.
So if he goes out and the dog is not chained or anything, it's just in the backyard?
Yes.
He let the dog out?
Yeah.
He let the dog out?
Yeah.
So? What do you want from her? You got a big Rottweiler. He walks out to get a football, goes across the street, talking to somebody. He's not paying attention. He doesn't know whether he's a foot or horseback. He lets your big dog come out, and your dog gets hit by a car.
How come she drive 45 or 50 miles?
You weren't, madam, let me explain something to you. You weren't there. You weren't there. It's his fault, not her fault. It's his fault. And if he made up a story that the car was speeding, that just to make himself feel better because of his negligence, the dog got out of the backyard and the dog got hit. Dogs are stupid. They're not smart. Dog doesn't say, oh, I could get hit by a car if I ran out between these two cars. It sees somebody that they knew walking out, followed him. He doesn't turn around before he crosses the street and say, oh, I left the gate open. The dog followed me out. I better go put the dog back inside or get a leash. No. He goes over to talk to a neighbor. Right? Very smart, very intelligent. Let me see the damage to the car, please.
Here's the estimate. I already paid for that. That's been paid for the radiator.
What did you do after the dog came in contact with your car?
After I hit the dog, I got out to see if the dog was okay, and the dog got up and took off running, so I asked him to stay with the car, and I followed the dog. Well, the dog jumped into a yard, and there was a gentleman, nobody here, but there was a gentleman standing in the front yard that didn't speak Spanish, and I said, is somebody here?
Speak English.
I mean, I'm sorry, I only spoke Spanish, didn't speak English. And a little girl ran in the house and asked some lady to come out who spoke English. So I said, is that your dog? And she said, yes. I said, well, I just hit it, and I said, I've got damage to my new car, and I said, I'd like to have it taken care of. At which point, she said, okay. We walked over, she looked at my car, and she said, that's not my dog. That belongs to my father-in-law. I said, okay. So I said, can I have his number? They gave me a business card, and I said, okay. They said, call tomorrow. So I called the next morning. He wasn't there. So I called for several days, and finally I went over there and I spoke to this gentleman right here, and he threatened me with bodily injury.
Oh my God.
Me and my household.
That's a lie.
That's not a lie.
Your Honor, that's a lie.
Your Honor, I had a witness. I had a witness that's in the hospital.
Listen to me. I'm going to give you a chance to respond. So I don't want you. Pay careful attention where you are. You're in a courtroom. You're not outside. She's going to testify. Then you're going to have a chance to rebut what she says.
I had a witness. He's in the hospital.
I'm not interested in seeing.
And then here's a letter from my mother that I was on a speakerphone.
I'm not interested in a letter from your mother.
Okay. They just threatened me over the phone too. At which point, my mom's very ill, and I can't put my mom through that, so we moved.
Damages are about $3,000 to the car. It was done.
I also missed the hospital appointment 2 days later because my car was out of commission that I was supposed to have.
Should have taken a cab. Don't be ridiculous.
It's
don't
in Hawthorne.
Don't.
I'm
Listen to
disabled.
me.
I have no money.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Don't panic.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Ellen Adams says Alex Contreras and his mother Ana Maria Asensio owe for damage to her car when she ran over their dog. Alex and his mom say Helen was driving too fast.
I don't think that you were going 50 miles, 50 or 60 miles an hour down that street. I think that he said that just to make himself feel a little bit better because he's really responsible for the dog getting killed. Put your hand down.
I was going to say something.
I'm not interested. If I were interested, I know what it means. I didn't think I had to go to the bathroom, sir.
Fine. I was there
Listen
too.
to me,
I was in
sir.
the same neighborhood.
Listen to me, sir. It's his fault that the dog got killed. He left the gate open and allowed the dog to get out. If he were careful and left his house and closed the gate, then the dog wouldn't have had an opportunity to run out between two parked cars and get killed. It's his fault.
Their dog jumps the fence.
I'm
sorry.
That's not what he said happened. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm just curious about something. The dog got back to your house. Did you take the dog to the vet?
It was too late. So we had called sanitation, animal control. And by the time it was, I don't know, by the time, I wasn't there, man, to tell you the truth, but no, I got there 4 or 5 days later. Because she was...
Yeah, 4 or 5 days.
Because she was...
Why? When you realized the dog had been hit, did you call a vet immediately?
No.
What time did you get home?
Around 10.
Around 10 o'clock at night. Where was the dog?
He was over there bleeding.
So according to this gentleman, this happened 4 o'clock in the afternoon. The dog was still alive when you came home at 10 o'clock. That's what you said.
Bleeding.
Yeah, of course, bleeding from 4 o'clock in the afternoon, according to this genius.
To tell you the truth, I don't know if he was there now because I don't take care of the dog. Only my son, and you know them, because I don't...
Pay careful attention to me. He testified that this happened at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. He walked out of the yard, leaving the door open. The dog came out, the dog got hit. Right? The dog is bleeding. Genius over here doesn't call the vet immediately, doesn't call a hospital immediately to take the dog over. He lets the dog bleed to death for 6 hours. I mean, this is somebody... I mean, do you have children?
Yes, I do.
Don't let him take care of your children.
No, my children, I take care of
them. No, don't let him take care of your children. Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $3,000. That's all.
The problem was the dog was big. If I'd have been going faster, it would have busted my windshield because he came up on my hood.
Whose that dog is this? Who's that dog? Who's this? Who's that? Come on.
They said, no problem. We'll take care of it. And then they just, all of a sudden, everything changed after they saw the damage done to my car.
She knows she's lying. Obviously, she's lying.
They threatened me with bodily injury to me and my household.
She said I threatened her. That's the first line. If anything, she threatened me.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Stewart versus Cobb. Step forward, please.
Store manager Sandra Stewart is suing dietary aide Lynn Cobb for damaging her rental truck when she beat it with a stick. Lynn says she caught Sandra with her boyfriend.
All right, Miss Stewart, one evening you were sitting in a truck that you had rented. It was about 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning?
After 3.
And you were sitting in your truck with the handsome and affable Bruce, who happened to at that time have been her boyfriend.
Correct.
You didn't know her.
No.
And according to your complaint, Miss Cobb is out looking for Bruce and finds you and Bruce sitting in your rental truck.
Correct.
And proceeds to go ballistic on your truck.
Correct.
Hitting it with a stick and causing a whole bunch of damage for which you are responsible to the rental company, and they are billing you some $624. And you want Miss Cobb to pay.
Correct.
Miss Cobb says she didn't hit your truck, she just hit you. So tell me when this was and what you were doing sitting with the handsome and affable and I see absent Bruce.
It happened on August the 31st of this year at my job. I was working for the Star and Press. My position was a field rep. I come in at 1 a.m. Bruce comes in at 3 a.m.
So you're like a dispatcher of newspapers?
Correct.
Okay, so go ahead.
Bruce comes in about 3:15. 5 or 6 minutes after Bruce was in the truck with me, we hear this little noisy car. A couple seconds later, this automobile pulls up in the tunnel, because we're in the tunnel. She jumps out of the car. I don't know what
the defendant.
Right. She comes over to the truck and she says something to Bruce. Something about out all night long or something. I looks over at Bruce and I ask Bruce, who the F is this? Bruce, who is this? Well, she has this stick that is probably the length of this table right here. Nice size. It's like a tree branch. It once used to be a tree branch, but it's been shellacked and fixed up all kind of pretty, like a walking stick. She jabs his stick into the truck a couple times, babbling something. Don't know what she was saying.
Through the passenger door.
Through the driver's door. I'm in the driver's seat.
You're in the driver's door.
Right. Bruce gets out of the truck from the passenger side. He gets out of the truck. He walks around the front of the truck. Well, she said, "You the one that my husband spent the night with?" I'm like, "What are you talking about? What are you talking about?" I bags out of the passenger seat, out through the passenger door, backwards. She says at the back of the truck, "Itch, I'm gonna do this. Itch, I'm gonna do this." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" She said something about, "My man stayed all night with you last night." I was like, "Your man ain't stayed all night with me. I have no clue what you're talking about or who the F you are." Go ahead. Bruce goes toward her. She swings this stick, and it hits the back of the truck, the top part of the truck. It hits the back of the truck.
Did she ever hit you?
No.
Never hit you. Did she ever hit Bruce?
No, she swung at him the first time with the stick, and that's where she hit the truck. She didn't hit him.
Did she eventually get back in her car?
Bruce tackled her some kind of way and kind of threw her in the car where she was on her backside. Bruce was on top of her. She pushed the car in drive as she's driving. She runs over Bruce's foot. She puts it back in reverse. She hits him, knocks him down, comes back forward where he has sit down flat, runs over his leg, tries to get out of the tunnel, couldn't get out, hung a U-turn and come back the other way to get out.
Was an ambulance call?
Yes, for Bruce.
Was he taken to the hospital?
No, he wouldn't go.
He's been run over 3 times according to your story.
She ran over his foot, she hit him, knocked him down, came back forward across him.
Okay, let's go.
I did not hit her truck. We was running around the truck.
What were you doing there?
I came to see who he was with.
Why?
Because I wanted to know.
You married to him?
No. But we've been together 11 years. I wanted to know.
Why were you angry with her?
What she's not telling is that I had called him on his cell phone and we had our talk or whatever. He didn't turn his cell phone off. So I heard the whole conversation of what was going on, blase school, blase school. Okay.
So, what are you mad at her for?
I was mad at both of them.
What are you mad at her for?
Because she was with my husband.
Just a second. A, you don't have a husband.
Well, she was with my boyfriend.
Well, so you're mad at him? How do you know
I'm
what he
mad
told
at him
her?
too.
How do you know what he told her?
Okay.
How do you know what he told her?
I don't know what he told her then.
Right, so what are you mad at her for?
Okay, I'm not mad at her then.
And where did Bruce go on the 31st of August?
He went to work, I guess.
And did he come home?
Yeah, eventually.
So the two of you made up?
We made up eventually, but, you know.
He came home.
Yeah, he came home.
Can I see the damage to the truck, please?
And Judge Judy, there's another automobile, my truck, she damaged Monday night. This Monday night.
Just for my information, where was your car or truck that you damaged this past Monday night?
I stopped at my sister's before going home to get things together. It's like 8:45 p.m. Went into my sister's house, came back out about 5 minutes till 9. She approached me from behind this building. I had my 2-year-old by the hand. She walked in front of me. She says, now what? Now what? What about tomorrow? I called my sister name because she always watches go to the automobile. I said, Lauren, come get my baby. She stepped right out of the door, grabbed my baby. Sandra, what's wrong? I said, just get my baby. Then she sees Lynn. She says, no, you got somewhere to go. You got a plane to catch. Come on in the house. We're going to call the police. When I come back out with the baby, after I gave the report with the police, come back out to get the baby. The police is in the parking lot next to my Ford Explorer. Says, Sandra, look, my tires are cut and my truck is keyed.
I'm not going to ask her to respond to that because this is a complaint that's still open. But I certainly think that if it's true, Miss Cobb, if any part of it is true, that if you even saw her on Monday night, you're making a big mistake. Because you want to know something? Old Bruce isn't worth it.
Sure ain't.
I just want you to think you have children.
Yeah.
How old are your children?
My children are grown.
Well, your grown children don't want to have to come and visit you in a lockup. Miss Cobb, I have to make a judgment, and I have to make a judgment that if someone is angry enough to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning, go out in their car and search for their boyfriend, who they believe has been fooling around with somebody else, and they find them in a truck, that if I am to believe you, did absolutely nothing as a result of that. Now, Miss Stewart would seem to me is a relatively normal person. If you had hit her with this stick, as you suggest, rather than hitting your truck, there is no way that the police would have let you go. So I have to make a judgment whether I believe that you did nothing. And I don't believe that you did nothing. I believe that you did something. And I believe that you damaged the truck that she was driving in. Now, the rental car company is charging her for these marks that were made on the truck, $624.65, and I believe that you are responsible for that. And I'm going to reiterate, Miss Cobb, you don't seem like a bad person. I don't know whether Bruce is a bad person, but all I can tell you this, Bruce isn't going to be standing before a judge. You are. Is he worth it? Goodbye.
Parties are excused. Yeah, this is case number 438 on the calendar, the matter of Clemens versus Powell. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Miss Clemens, according to your complaint, you and the defendant lived together. You claim that in September of last year, he assaulted you.
Yes.
Then again, there was some sort of an altercation in October of last year, and you were arrested. And it is your claim that after that, you were barred from going to the house, and Mr. Powell got rid of all of your property.
No, he has all my property.
You want it back, or you want what he got rid of? You want the value of it? Mr. Powell says that there was never an assault in September, at least not one perpetrated by him.
Correct.
And that the property that you're speaking of was property that you were supposed to retrieve with the assistance of a third party pursuant to a court order. You never got a third party to come and get your property, and he got rid of it.
Correct.
Okay. How long did you live together, Miss Clemens?
2 years, a little over 2 years.
From when to when?
From November of 2000 until October of
2002. Were you living in his apartment, your apartment, or is it an apartment that you moved into together?
He moved into my apartment, and after that, we moved into a house.
So you were living in 2002 in a leased house?
Yes.
And in whose name was the lease?
Both of ours.
Is that right?
This is correct.
And when did the lease expire?
February 1st of 2003.
So at the time that you left the house in October of 2002, there was still a few months to go on the lease. Is that right? All right. Now I want you to tell me first, since you're suing for this assault that allegedly happened in September of 2002, I want you to tell me the circumstances surrounding that assault.
Me and Mr. Powell got into an argument, and basically it was the same thing, arguing about who did what, and basically we weren't getting along. We weren't getting along at all, and he hit me.
What time of the day? Where were you?
It was nighttime, and I was in my room.
And he just hit you. Did he hit you with a fist? Did he hit you with an object? Did he hit you with a hand?
His open hand.
And what happened after he hit you?
cried for a while. We argued some more, and he left out the room.
And then what happened?
The next day, I woke up feeling sore all over, so I went to the hospital.
You have a hospital report?
Yes, I do.
Let me see. Where were you hit?
Here, there, and on my other arm.
You said he slapped you with an open fist.
He slapped me and he hit me a couple times.
You didn't tell me that.
I'm sorry, I wasn't clear, but he slapped me and hit me a couple times.
Did you go to the police?
No, I did not. I refused.
After you went to the hospital, where did you go?
I went back home.
Did you tell them at the hospital that you have a safe place to go?
Not exactly, no, because...
That's what they say that you told them.
Yes.
That you had a safe place to go, and the safe place to go is you went home.
Yes, because he was at work. It was safe at home. He was gone.
Well, did you pack up your things and leave?
No, I did not.
Why not?
Because I was in love with Mr. Powell. We had arguments before.
So then if you were in love with Mr. Powell and you decided to stay, then I'm not interested in you suing him now because he slapped you in September when you went home and you decided to stay. Do you have children together?
No, we do not.
So the only thing that you have together is a lease?
Yes.
Do you work?
Yes.
Were you working at the time?
Yes.
So that you're not financially dependent upon him for any reason?
Oh, no, he was financially dependent on me.
So that there was no reason why you couldn't just pick up and leave?
I understand that, ma'am.
Who are these people here with you today?
My best friend, MJ Andrews, and my ex-husband who took me to the hospital, and they're here with me to support me.
So you could have gone to either one of their houses, is that right, if you felt that you were in danger?
I don't feel like I was in that much danger because...
So then why are you suing him now?
I don't... The suing him for the violence is not important. What's important today is my things that were left in the house, and I did try to obtain...
Just 1 second. I'm not there yet. So what you're telling me is you just threw in this September incident for good measure.
They asked me what happened, and I told them.
You could tell them, but you had no inkling to sue him for this. Fine. That's good, because for me, you wouldn't get anything. I'm not even sure that it happened. Now I'd like you to tell me what happened in October. I'm going to you because according to you, there was an assault in October.
Correct.
And she was arrested.
Correct.
Let me hear what happened.
Okay, basically what happened was, as she may have mentioned, that we were not getting along at this point in our relationship because of the different mood swings that she would have, as well as the what I would characterize as obsessive, possessive type of behavior towards me in our relationship. Yes.
How long did you know Miss Clemens?
I knew her for 2 years.
When you knew her, was she taking medication?
I wasn't aware of her taking medication until maybe 6 months in our relationship.
Either an antidepressant. Is that what you take, antidepressants?
Yes. I'm no longer on them. I no longer take them.
But you were taking them for quite a while.
Yes, and Mr. Powell knew because
you were taking them for quite a while.
But Mr. Powell was aware of the time that I got the prescription, and he knew how long I was taking them and why.
Between 1995 and 2000, had you been taking antidepressants or any other psychiatric medication?
I only started taking Zoloft, which is an antidepressant, in 2001.
Okay.
Prior to that, no,
nothing. In October, sir, you want to tell me what happened?
As she said, she was prescribed. I said she was prescribed medication, but she wasn't taking it, or if she was taking this medication, she was taking it with the addition of alcohol at the same time, which basically caused the violent mood swings. There was a lot of violence anyway. October 3rd, it escalated to the point where she pushed me through a glass door. The glass was already broken from an incident that she had broken this glass before for being upset with me, and that was basically how she showed her anger, was to break things and throw things. Anyway, the police were called in. She was arrested at that point.
On the 3rd of October?
Correct. There's a temporary protection order that's given with any domestic violence case. She violated that temporary protection order by constantly harassing and stalking me, as well as coming by the house, as well as the number of phone calls that she would call. Like I said, I have an answering machine that takes 50 messages. She would fill those up totally. I presented this to the police department, and they rearrested her for violation of the...
When did they rearrest her?
November the 4th, I want to say, Your Honor. I'm not sure exactly when, but at that court date, she was dealing with some bad check things, as well as a preliminary trial on this domestic violence. They rearrested her that day because they had an arrest warrant out for her, but they couldn't find her. They got her when we went to court that day, so she was rearrested at that time. So I made sure the judge understood that my problem is only this. I want this woman to deal with the medication and help herself. I even told him I don't even want her to have jail time, as opposed to could you just make sure that there's something in place that she gets treatment for her symptoms? And basically what she was doing was she was causing me and my son, she was jeopardizing me and my son's life through all these different things.
Okay.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Lisa Clemens says ex-boyfriend Ricardo Powell posed for the return of property and for an assault. Ricardo says Lisa is a violent woman.
Mrs. Clemens, in November, did you plead guilty to any of these charges, and were you given a year's probation?
I pled guilty to the violation of the protection order, and they dismissed the domestic violence. The only reason I placed those phone calls to Mr. Powell in violation of the protection order was because I had no longer had any of my things. Mr. Powell denied a third party on two occasions.
Wait just a second. I'm not there yet. I asked you if you pled guilty. The answer is yes. You had an attorney, is that right?
Yes, and I spent a night in jail.
Okay. Now, as part of the order, the judge told you that you could send a third party for your property.
Yes, but Mr. Powell...
Just a second. What was the name of the third party that you designated to get your property?
My aunt, Donald. Mr. Powell denied.
Just a second. What was wrong with these two people here to get your property?
My aunt was available with me in court, and therefore the people, when I left the courthouse that day, we designated her because the court officers
Who designated her?
My lawyer and I, because she was there. She was available. She was in court.
Was that part of the order?
No, it's not. The person isn't designated on the court papers. I went back to court, Your Honor.
I'm not there yet, Ms. Clement. I'm trying to go in order. When, for the first time, were you contacted by Miss to get her property?
There was never any contact business. There was only contact by Lisa a week after the trial.
Just a second.
Yes.
A week after
the trial.
The trial.
Correct.
Did you, Miss Clemens, go to the defendant's house?
No, ma'am, I did not.
Didn't your aunt go to the defendant's house?
No, she did not. I have a witness here today that he claims was with me. I have not even driven down the street.
Just a second. Is there any reason why you brought these two witnesses here today instead of your aunt?
Because my aunt is working and she could not get off of work.
Don't these people work?
Yes, but...
Listen to me, Miss Clemens. The defense that Mr. Powell has in this case is that you were instructed by the court to have a third party retrieve your property. His defense is you never had a third party contact him in order to get that property. You say that you did, and that third party was your aunt. So it would seem to me that that is a key witness. These people aren't key witnesses. This person was the person you designated. Why would you not bring a pivotal witness who you say can testify that you were trying to comply with the judge's order?
My aunt was not, to me, a pivotal key witness.
Okay, well, to me she is.
I understand that.
Okay, now, I'd like to see a list of the property that you say you left behind at Mr. Powell's. Do you still have the bed with the mattress and box spring?
No.
Chest of drawers?
No.
Jewelry?
No.
What'd you do with it?
She had a couple bags of clothes, some books, and she does have one dresser. It's a desk. Right, that's it. Other than that, everything else is thrown out, which was shoes, it was toothbrushes, personal items, things of those nature. After she basically kept violating judge's orders and putting me and my son's life in jeopardy, I felt that there was no need for me to keep this going on. This civil case is basically the same example of her trying to keep some type of relationship going here, Your Honor.
Mr. Powell, I want you to tell me, sir, when she was arrested in October.
Correct.
Now, up until that time, the two of you had lived together for a couple of years. When you lived together for a couple of years, you accumulate property. You have your clothes and things. Did there ever come a time when you gave certain of her property over to somebody so that she would have clothes and shoes?
As soon as she got out of jail, she was there within 2 hours with the police escort to get her things. They gave her things. They allowed her to take things out that day. So she took most of her things that first day.
Miss Clemens, on October the 4th, were you accompanied by a police officer, easy to verify, back to Mr. Powell's house to retrieve some of your property?
Yes, I was accompanied by the police officer.
And how long did you stay with the police officer, which is also easy to verify, in Mr. Powell's house?
Mr. Powell rushed us out after about 20 minutes. He told me to get what I could get and get out.
No, there was a police officer with you.
Yes, and
There was a police officer with you. I assume that if you were there with an officer, you wanted to get things that were most valuable to you. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
Why didn't you take your jewelry?
Because the jewelry was what I consumed, what jewelry I had on was most important to me. The jewelry that was left in the house were things I did not wear every day. The clothing I obtained was stuff that I needed to get through the week. Mr. Powell stopped me from getting everything. I wish I could.
I'm not talking about everything. I'm asking you about a specific thing. I'm asking you about jewelry. To me, woman goes into a house, she grabs cash and jewelry first, and then you go to your pocketbook.
Your Honor,
What? Go ahead.
I have this whole situation with Lisa has been such a terrifying thing. As I said, I've even neglected to countersue her for the amount of rent left on our lease, as well as the damages to the house, which I have pictures of right here. Those damages would be in a total of somewhere between $800 and $900. The rent would be the total of like $1,400. I don't want nothing else to do with this whole situation whatsoever, so I've neglected to countersue.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Lisa Clemens says ex-boyfriend Ricardo Powell won't return her property. She also claims Ricardo assaulted her.
I would like to know, Mr. Powell, on what day you disposed of, according to you, these couple of bags of clothing and shoes.
November the 19th, the day that she came over, a week after the trial, violation of the judge's order. There was no more purpose at that point. She was going to keep violating the protection order. She was going to keep violating the judge's order.
Now, she was found guilty on the violation.
She was found guilty of the domestic violence. She had it mixed up, Your Honor. That's the only thing I'm clarifying. She was found guilty of the domestic violence. I plea bargained her to dismiss the violation of the temporary protection order.
So she wouldn't go to jail?
Correct. And she would get this counseling.
Right. So she wouldn't go to jail, because if you're found guilty on the violation, what?
Correct. Yes, sir.
You want to say something?
Yes.
Well, step up for a second. Tell me what you want to say. Your last name is?
My last name is Twyman.
Go ahead.
I went with the police to their house to get her clothes and things.
Is that the day she was released?
This was the second time, I believe. And he would not let her get anything. And the police called both their lawyers. And I believe both lawyers agreed that she could get these things. And he told them at first she could come and get them. And then the police called me back.
Just a second. Who did he tell she could come and get them?
He told the police.
How do you know that?
Because the officer called me at home, at my house, and told me that I could go and get the things without her.
You, not her.
Not her.
You.
Me.
Fine. When did you go to get her things?
No.
Shh. Listen to me carefully. When did you go to get her things?
I never got a chance to, because the officer called me back and said he changed his mind.
No. I don't believe.
Oh, well.
No, that I don't believe. He said you could go.
Exactly.
Was she going with you?
No, she was not allowed to go.
Good.
She was there to...
Now let me hear your version of these events.
Okay, Your Honor. After the police, they said she has a reasonable expectation to come after the domestic violence case to come back and get some things out of her house. I gave them the run of the house to get what they have to do, because I understood the police officers. After that, I was advised by the police officers as well as the prosecutor's office that anything else after this would have to be dealt with in court. They came over 3 extra more times after that in violation of what everybody is stating.
Who's they?
She came over more than once. He came over the second time after the police with her too. She was there with him the second time. They were in the truck in front of the house.
Did you ever go over to the house in the truck with her? Was you? Shh. The answer is either yes or no.
Yeah.
Well, you can't do that, sir.
Okay, well, we met the police there at the house. And we were not in front of your house. We were 2 doors down, actually. We called the police before going to his house.
She can't go there, sir. Don't you understand that?
Exactly, I understand that. Okay, Jan, if you may, if she can't go there, why would he have her come there and pay the rent and then put her out?
Again,
after the whole situation.
Let's not get involved in things that you really don't know anything about. Okay? Okay? Sit down. You have to put a period. You have to say this did not work out. The relationship is over. I'm not going to have anything to do with him. I lost some. He may have lost some. I lost more. That's the way it usually goes. It's over. Forget it. Go buy a new TV and a new hamper. Do you understand?
Yes,
It's
I do.
finished. It's over. If you stop taking your medication because you don't feel as if you need it anymore, if you don't feel as if you need it anymore, that's a judgment that you're going to have to make. I'm not so sure, Miss Clements, that that's the best idea. However, if you think that that's a good idea, fine. Cross him off and say it's over and let it go. That's all.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Your Honor, this is case number 449 on the calendar in the matter of Anashevska versus Lutz Henry. Parties have been sworn in, Judge. You may be seated. Folks, have seats, please.
Mrs. Anashevska, you own a car, but your daughter was driving the car?
No, my daughter owned the car.
Your daughter is how old?
16. She worked for 2 years to purchase this car. I own it with...
Who was the titled owner of the car?
Both of us.
Okay, because she's a minor, she can't own the property. That's why you're here. And according to your complaint, these two young men took your daughter's car really almost without her permission or with her coerced permission, according to you. She was in the car. They drove the car recklessly. They blew the engine of the car, and they also sexually abused her and assaulted her while she was in the car. That's what you say?
Yes.
That's what your daughter told you?
Yes.
These two guys say, listen, we were at a party. She let us drive the car. We drove the car with her in it, around the block a couple of times. Nothing else happened. The car died. They had nothing to do with it. Is that right, gentlemen?
That's correct.
Okay. So since you weren't there and you really don't know what happened, is that a fair statement?
That's fair.
I just have a few questions for you, then you can sit down. When did this incident happen with your daughter?
July 26th.
And when had she gone out that day?
She'd been at a family reunion until roughly 10-ish.
Don't look at her, look at me.
Roughly 10 when she was...
10 p.m.
Correct.
So she was at a family reunion with you all day?
No, with her father. We're divorced.
So you really don't know anything that happened that day?
It's just from her.
Just for my purposes, I'm going to get what she told you. She told you she got a call. She was at a reunion with her father until 10 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Then she got a call from some people and she left.
Correct.
And did she tell you where she went?
To be a sober driver for this party.
Now you can sit down. Step up. Tell me your first name.
Jamie.
Ryan.
How old are you, Ryan?
22.
Corey. 21.
What time had you arrived at this party?
Around 7 o'clock.
How many people were there?
Probably 10, 12.
And whose house was it at?
Friends, Mike.
What time did you see her at the party?
It's been 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Is that right?
No, it was later than that.
How late?
It was around 10:30.
What were you doing at the party?
Anna, a friend of mine from high school, had called me and she was drinking.
Called you where?
On my cell phone. I was on my way back home and asked me to drive her because she had been drinking.
So you arrived at this party. Had you known about the party that day?
No.
You had no idea that there was a party at Mike's house?
Exactly.
Did you know Mike?
From school, yes.
So you knew him?
Yes.
Had you ever been to his house before?
No.
So you got there at 10:30, and what did you do?
I drove some people home. I drove some people to Quick Trip.
You drove some people home?
Yes.
Who did you drive home?
Anna and Sarah.
About how far was it to drive them home from Mike's house?
It was probably a 10-minute drive.
And what did you do after you dropped them off?
Well, we went to her house and were there for...
Who's?
Anna's house, sorry.
Went to Anna's house, just the three of you?
Right. And we were there for about a half an hour. Her mother asked if she had driven. She said no, I was the sober driver. And I talked to her mother. And then she decided she wanted to go back to the party. So I took her back.
That was pretty stupid.
Yes, it was.
So you took her back to the party. Where was her mother when you decided to take her back to the party?
She went to sleep.
So, Jamie, I'm not stupid. Maybe your mother's willing to believe all this nonsense that you told her. I'm not. Because if you went to pick up your friend because you wanted to be a good Samaritan, and your friend had been drinking, and you took her home, then you say, so your mother is saying, you're a very responsible young lady. But a very responsible young lady doesn't say, okay, then I'm going to take you back to the party so we can all party.
I had no intention of letting that happen.
Then you go home. You don't drive back another 10 minutes to take her to a party. Now, when you took her back to the party, what was your intention?
Everyone everyone seemed like they were staying there, so I wasn't needed anymore.
What do you mean you weren't needed anymore? You went to pick her up because she'd been drinking too much to drive home. You take her home. She decides to go back to the party to drink some more, so you decide that she doesn't need you anymore, and you were leaving.
My main goal was that nobody drove drunk that night.
Then you shouldn't have taken her back. I'm telling you, madam, your mother may believe this nonsense that you told her. I don't. If your main goal was that nobody should be drunk and driving, then you leave your friend at home, at her home, and you say, I'm going home now. So then you drive her back to the party, along with the other girl, I assume.
Yes.
And then you were leaving.
Yes.
So what happened?
As I was walking out, they stopped me, Corey and Ryan, and wanted to drive my car. I said no, I was tired. I worked in the morning. I wanted to get home, but they insisted that they at least see it. So as they walked me to my car, they kept pressuring me into letting them drive it, and finally I decided it would just be easier to let them. I didn't want them to not like me. I felt kind of peer pressured, and so I let Ryan drive the car, and as I went to get into the passenger seat, Corey then got in first and pulled me onto his lap, and Ryan started driving very fast into these country roads. And they began fishtailing around gravel road corners, doing 93 miles an hour and screaming that the car would only go 93 miles an hour. And while they were doing this, I kept asking them to slow down or stop, and they wouldn't. And as we went back into town, the car started making some funny noises, and they told me it was a belt and it would probably just straighten out. And I was worried. I knew that wasn't right, but I was tired and felt really violated, and I just wanted to get home.
Why did you feel violated?
Because while Ryan was totaling my car, Corey continued to try to grope my breasts and to get his hands in my pants, and I kept trying to have to fight him off, and he wouldn't stop.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. 18-year-old Jamie Swanson claims former friends Ryan Lutz and Corey Henry damaged her car during a party. Jamie also says Corey sexually assaulted her.
What time did you get back?
It was about 12:31.
Well, let me figure this timeline out. 10:30 you arrived at the party. You picked up your friend and her friend. You drove her home. 10 minutes. Let's say that's 11:15. According to you, you stayed at Anna's house for a half hour. That's 11:15. Then she wanted to go back to the party. You got her back to the party. That's 11:30. Now it's 12:30 or 1 o'clock. I'm missing an hour and a half. What happened in that hour and a half?
There were people there that wanted things from the Quick Trip in the gas station in Iota. So I took a list of what everyone wanted and went down and got it for them. I just made sure nobody drove. That was...
Oh, Jamie, that's such a crock. You made excuses to your mother because the car got totaled. I don't believe that you went there and then you took lists of things of people that wanted, and you went grocery shopping for everybody. I mean, I don't understand that.
I had a friend who was killed by a drunk driver, and ever since then, I don't want anyone driving.
Jamie, if you don't want anyone driving, then you drove your friend Anna home, and you leave her there. You don't take her back to the party.
Can I say something?
No, you weren't there. You believe this story?
I have a letter from someone that saw her.
You believe that saw her do what?
That saw her at the Quick Trip with the other kids intoxicated.
What does that have to do with? I believe she went there. I believe she was part of this party. Whether it's because she wanted to be accepted or whether she wanted to be part of the group, she went to the party. And you believe this story that she took her friend back to the party because if she didn't take her back, somebody else would have? You believe that?
I don't think it was a smart thing to do, but I believe her, yeah.
Then you be responsible for your own car. Take off the blinders. I'm not finished with you. We haven't even started yet. Who was driving?
I was.
Why?
I just wanted to take the car for a ride.
Why?
Just never drove that kind of car, and I guess we just wanted to go for a ride around the block.
You had been drinking?
I had probably 2 beers.
I don't care what you say you had. If you got there at 7 o'clock?
Yes.
By 10:30 or 11 o'clock, you had more than 2 beers, young man. Now, you decide you want to take the car out for a spin. Is that what you say to her? Can I take your car for a ride?
Yes.
And what did she say?
She gave me the keys, and we all hopped in the car and we went around the block.
No. I want you to take it step by step, Ryan. Let's do a step by step. You had the keys in your hand.
Yes.
You got into the car.
Yes.
What happened next?
And we got in. I got in, started up the car. Corey got in. She got in and got on his lap.
Why did she get on your lap, sir?
I got in and she wanted to come along, and it's just a two-seater car, no bench seat.
Oh, it's just a two-seater?
Yeah, so I'm cramped up.
There's no back seat?
No, it does have it's just bucket seats, but it's got a back seat also, yes.
So she wanted to come along, she didn't want to sit in the back?
I guess.
How much had you been drinking that night?
About probably 3-4 beers.
And what about the plaintiff? Did you see her drink anything?
I did not see her, but I did not get there until 11 o'clock.
Okay. Where were you up until 11 o'clock?
I was working until 9, and then a friend come and pick me up.
All right, well, that's not... You're working until 9. Where were you between 9 and 11?
We stopped in Dover, talked to a couple people, and then we went to another place, and then we arrived out there.
So you went to a couple of parties first?
Yes.
See how I made that simple for you?
Yes.
You know, sometimes young people think that older people, not old people, but older people, they have this lapse and they were just born old. It's really not true. Bird remembers what happens when he was young. Right?
Oh, yeah.
On your lap.
Yes.
And then what happened?
And then we proceeded to leave, and as we were going out of town, she kind of started making moves at me and Ryan. And
how did she make moves at you and Ryan? Now, I want you to be very careful, because, you know, I'm really good at this.
Started rubbing
keep me
up
here, because I'm gorgeous. They keep me here because I'm really good at it.
She started rubbing up against me. And
how did she do that? You know what I want you to do? I want you to show me with Ryan. Ryan's next to you. How she rubbed up against you, sir. I want you to show me that.
She was kind of like this, and then kind of, rubbing on my shoulder.
Which I want to see. Why?
Going like this, and rubbing my arm and leg. And
she was rubbing your arm?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, she must have had her arm around your arm. Is that right?
Correct.
Show me how she had her arm.
Kind of like this, and then, kind of back and forth, and sitting on my lap. She was rubbing my leg and stuff like that.
Yeah. Go ahead.
And, I said, no, I didn't want nothing to do with it. I didn't know her.
Just a second. Shh, please. Please. You said, I don't want nothing to do with that.
That is correct.
And what did she say to you?
She didn't say nothing.
Did she stop?
Yes, she did.
How fast were you driving?
60, 65, 70 maybe. I don't know. I couldn't see the
fast.
Not out of...
60, 65, and 70. You weren't on a highway, were you?
There was...
You weren't on a highway the entire way, were you?
No, not the entire way.
What happened when you got back to the party?
After we got out, I realized that we were kind of blocking this neighbor's driveway, and I mentioned that to Ryan, and he proceeded to get back in the car, and it wouldn't start. And after that, we tried to pop the hood to see if we could see what was going on or try and get started, and we couldn't do that.
So now the car doesn't start. You had the car towed, is that right?
Yes.
Now, at what point, Jamie, did you call the police and tell them that you had been sexually assaulted by Corey?
The next day after it happened.
Can I see the police report, please? What time did you get home that night, Jamie?
It was about 1:30, 2 a.m.
Who took you home?
Anna.
So Anna, your drunken friend, took you home, is that right?
Right.
Who was home?
Nobody was. My neighbor was staying with me.
So nobody's home. Where was your mother?
She went to her husband's house. He had to live in Sioux City, Iowa, because of his visa. He's from Poland.
So instead of staying with your father where you had some supervision, you decided to stay in your own house where you had no supervision. Is that right?
My neighbor was staying with me.
Your neighbor wasn't supervising you, madam. You were out until 1:30 in the morning, 2 o'clock. What kind of supervision is that?
Not very good.
You were having a party. Now, at what point did you find out that your car wasn't start, that the engine had blown on your car?
The day after I had it towed, the mechanic looked at it.
You had it towed?
Yes.
The next day?
Yes.
What time?
It was probably about 3 or 4-ish.
When did you find out that the car wouldn't start that day, on the 27th of July? Did you go back there in the morning?
I went back there, yes.
What time in the morning?
Was it 9?
And at that time, it wouldn't start?
Right.
Right? Okay. And did you call the mechanic?
Yes.
And told the mechanic, please come and tow the car? Or he said to you he would come and tow the car?
It was a different towing service. It was AAA. So they towed the car, the mechanic.
What time?
3 or 4 in the afternoon.
And you waited at the house all that time?
I waited at the car.
At the car?
Yes.
Well, the car was at the house.
Yes.
You waited in the car or at the house?
I waited in the car. I was in the house for a brief moment.
So you were in the house too?
Yes.
Who was in the house?
Ryan and Aaron were there, and Jared was there, and Mike.
What time did you go to the police station?
7-ish.
In the evening?
Yes.
See what I mean? You always get yourself tripped up, honey.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry? I'm going to tell you, you're sorry. It's very easy. If you have been sexually assaulted, you don't hang around with the guys who were responsible, at least one of them was responsible for your being sexually assaulted for a whole day, and then go to the police station in the evening to report it.
I was very, very upset after it happened, and...
Then you go to the police station right away. You don't wait until after you find out that your car's got a blown engine, and then start looking for a story. When the police asked you if you wanted to file charges with regard to the sex assault, what did you tell them?
I told them I didn't know yet. My mom was trying to make an arrangement so that I wouldn't have to deal with any of it because I was really emotional at the time.
No, this is what you told the police. You told the police that you didn't know whether you wanted to file charges or not because your mother had already contacted the 2 suspects' parents, and if they pay for the damage done to the motor, they won't file charges.
She was looking into my best interest so that I wouldn't have to see them again.
You saw them. You spent the day with them the next day. What's your last name? Henry. Case is dismissed as relates to Corey Henry. Sit down. I don't believe a word of what you say about being sexually assaulted by this young man. But I do believe that you took her car, and I do believe that you drove it recklessly, and I believe that you took it with her permission. So that means that both of you were responsible for what happened to the car. You're responsible and you're responsible. Now let me see the bill for the damage. When you leave a 17-year-old alone, unsupervised, they get into trouble. You understand that?
Yes.
This is a bill for therapy.
She's been in counseling ever since, and I have a letter from her psychiatrist stating that.
It's your bill. Next time you stay home with your daughter. If you paid $2,600 for the car, a year and a half ago, I've taken off $600 for the year that she drove the car, year and some months that she drove the car, leaving the value of the car $2,000. I consider both of you responsible. You responsible and you responsible for what happened to the car. Do you understand?
Yes.
So, she's going to pay some and you're going to pay some. Is that reasonable?
Yes.
Good. Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $1,000. That's all.
Parties are excused. You may step out. Now, this is case number 410 on the calendar in the matter of Ramsey versus Griffin. You're welcome, Judge. Parties have been sworn in, Your Honor. You may be seated. Young people have seats.
I'd like to talk very briefly. You two moms don't know anything about what happened in school on the day of this incident when your daughter's nose was broken. But it is your claim that the defendant's son assaulted your daughter, broke her nose, and you want to be compensated for the unreimbursed medical bills that you sustained. That's correct. Mrs. Griffin says that her son was merely defending himself, that your daughter started the fight, and she is not responsible. Correct? So why don't you two ladies sit down, and I'm going to see these 2 young people right up here. What's your first name?
Kiera.
And yours?
Donald.
I'm going to start with Donald. Now, Donald, you know that you punched Kiera in the face, right? And her nose, according to her mother, was broken. So I want you to tell me why you did that.
I got to school that morning, and kids had came up and said, Kiera called your mom a low down dirty. Okay.
Okay. So somebody came up to you and told you,
yes, ma'am,
that Kiera had called your mom a nasty name.
Yes, ma'am.
What did you do?
Okay, Kiera, she was on a field trip, and she came back, and I guess the kids had already told her. And we was...
Okay. Were you on a field trip that day?
Yes, I was.
Did you have a conversation with somebody when you came back from the field trip?
Yes, I did.
Who did you have a conversation with?
My friend that I was standing next to.
What's your friend's name?
Tony.
And what was the conversation about with Tony?
We was talking about things that we were going to do on the playground, not about me calling his mother a name.
Well, let me ask you this question. Why would you call his mother a name?
I don't know, but I didn't.
Didn't say anything bad about his mother?
No, ma'am.
What happened after you had this conversation with this gal who was telling you about these bad things that she was saying about your mom?
It was around lunchtime, okay? I guess she had already came back, and it's a breezeway that you walk down and go to the playground. And I walked up to Kiara and I asked her, and then she kicked me and she said, I didn't say nothing about your mom. And then I punched her in the face.
So what you're saying is she kicked you first?
Yes, ma'am.
Where did she kick you?
In the groin area. She tried to.
She what?
She tried to kick me in my groin area.
But she didn't kick you?
She kicked me, but I had blocked it so she could not
kick you
in that spot.
Okay, so she kicked in your direction, but you didn't come together.
She kicked, but I blocked it. Okay, and so then I punched her, and she had a jump rope. It's red, white, and blue. Okay, like the American flag. And she hit me in the head with it. And then by that time, we just started fighting. And then Miss Porter, she saw the fight. And then by that time, she came, took us to the office. And then Kiara's mom came. And then they went in the office.
Donald says that you tried to kick him. Is that true?
Yes, it is true, but I did not kick him.
But you tried to kick him. Why did you try to kick him?
That was after the fact of the fight, not when the fight started.
Well, you tell me now, Kiara, how the fight started.
He came to me and said, what you call my mama? And I said, I didn't call your mama nothing. And then he pushed me and I pushed him back.
He pushed you? How did he push you?
Real hard, like this, pushing me back or something, and up against the wall. And I pushed him back, and then he came in my face. He grabbed my hair, pulling my hair down, and then punched me in my face, just keep on one side of my face. Then he started punching me in my nose about 10 times, I should say. And then Shayla went to go get a teacher, and he ran off to the playground like then nothing happened.
Had you ever had trouble with Donald before?
No, ma'am.
Had you ever had trouble with Kiara before?
No, ma'am.
Well, maybe this other young girl who was telling you the stories was just making things up. Is that possible?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, why would you believe her?
I went to her and asked her, and she kicked me, and then I punched her.
I don't believe that. No, Donald.
I went to her and asked her.
No, Donald. I don't believe that you asked her, and in response to your asking her, she kicked you. Yes. Don't believe that, Donald. Doesn't sound right to me. Doesn't sound right to me, Donald. Sounds like a good story you might tell your mother, but it doesn't sound truthful to me. Have you ever had trouble scrapping in school before? What are you looking up for? You're not that old that you have to remember.
One boy. With a boy?
Once before.
Yes, ma'am.
Did you lose your temper?
Yes, ma'am.
Or what happened to you in school when you lost your temper?
We started fighting on the playground.
How many fights have you had in school?
None.
Didn't think so. So, Donald.
Ma'am.
You see how you know how to be a polite young man?
Yes, ma'am.
You got to carry that over to the outside world, Donald. Understand, Mrs. Griffin? He wasn't telling you the truth. She didn't kick him first. He got angry. And he got angry, Mrs. Griffin, because somebody told him that she had called you a bad name.
May I?
Sure. Go ahead.
I really don't know exactly what went on in this incident, but prior to this, the kids were calling one another. They supposedly were secretly liking each other. This child called my house numerous times.
So?
They liked each other, so I figured it was just a little disagreement between maybe a little girlfriend and boyfriend, and that's how it started. I don't really know how it went.
All right, Miss Griffin, let me go back a second. What I don't want you to do is to make excuses for Donald.
Oh, no, there's no excuse. Okay. None.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Breamsea says 10-year-old Donald Griffin punched her daughter in the face, breaking her nose. Donald says she called his mom a bad name.
All right, Miss Griffin, Donald was told by someone, a gossip, that this young lady said something bad about you. Now, she says she didn't say it, so that could have been just a troublemaker.
That's true.
But your son has a short fuse, because he's been in trouble for fighting before. And what he would naturally do is not go over to Kiara and have just a discussion with her. He would be angry. Doesn't strike me as being logical that if he went over to her and said, "Did you call my mommy a name?" and her response would be to kick him in the groin. That doesn't sound logical to me. What sounds logical is he might have said to her, "Did you call my mommy a name?" and she said, "No, I didn't." And then he hit her or pushed her, put his hands on her. That's logical. And that's what happened. And it's all because he listened to somebody who was gossiping. Do you understand, Donald?
Yes, ma'am.
You don't want to spend the next few years with your mom having to come defending you in court, do you? Because that's not pleasant for you and especially for your mother. Okay, step up, Miss Beauty. Tell me about your nose. What happened to your nose, Kiara?
It was broken. He punched me in it a lot of times.
Tell me what it felt like.
It felt like it was hurting really bad. It was getting swollen up. And
you have any pictures? See, you have some pictures. I'd like to see them. How old are you, Donald?
10.
Looks to me like you punched her in the eye, too. Did you do that, too?
Yes, ma'am.
Miss Breamsey, how much were your out-of-pocket expenses? Because it's hard for me to tell. Looks like they were $165.
That's correct, and $10 for the radiologist.
You have to take care of that, Donald, which means your mother has to take care of it. Does your mother make a lot of money?
Close to, yes, ma'am.
You think your mother... Look at your mother. You think your mother makes a lot of money?
Yes, ma'am.
You do? Miss Griffin, you make a lot of money?
I doubt it.
What kind of work do you do?
I'm a correctional officer.
Your mother works very hard and does not make a lot of money. She doesn't have a lot of money to go around getting you out of scrapes. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you're very lucky that Miss Breamsey only wants her unreimbursed medical bills, because I don't think she wants to hurt your mother. Believe me, if you were older, she'd want a lot more. You know how many hours your mother has to work for $175?
12.
A little bit more than that.
She has to work a long time to get that money, Donald.
Yes, ma'am.
She doesn't have money to go around to buy you out of these scrapes. You got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you really understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
So you not only owe her an apology, you also owe your mother an apology. Because your mother's going to have to come up with this money for you. You start with her.
I'm sorry.
You mean it?
Yes, ma'am.
Judgment for the plaintiff in the amount of $175. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
I hope Dawn has learned something from this. She told him she didn't like him at all.
Never pay attention to other students. No, we're not friends. And he did like me. If they hit you, you hit them back, but you're not supposed to hit them though.
And now the next case.
All parties in the matter of Coker versus Coker. Step forward, please.
Homemaker Wanda Coker is suing her ex-daughter-in-law, restaurant manager Charlotta Coker, for unpaid rent, living expenses, and the cost of a freezer.
Mrs. Coker, the defendant is your former daughter-in-law.
Yes.
Who are you, sir?
I'm her son, her ex-husband.
According to your complaint, you believe that your former daughter-in-law owes you for some rent, for some miscellaneous expenses, and for a freezer that she promised you.
Yes, they had...
okay, just a minute. When were you divorced from your husband?
It was finalized September 19th.
And when did you separate from him?
December 20th of last year.
And how long were you married?
We were married for 5 years.
Do you have any children together?
Yes, we do.
How many?
We have one.
How old is that child?
He's 6.
Who does he live with?
He lives with me.
Is that correct?
We have joint custody.
Who does he live with the majority of the week?
It's about 50-50.
Okay, so you live close by
Yes,
to each other.
yes.
All right, Miss Coker, you want to tell me when your daughter-in-law lived with you, that you claim she owes you rent?
They came back in June, right after school, had gotten out last year.
Who's they?
Her and her 2 children, actually her 3 children, and my son were moving back here to get a divorce because it would be cheaper to move all their stuff together.
And they came to live with you?
She and the 2 kids did. Then she went back, along with my son, to pack their belongings and have them transported back, but she had left her 2 older children with me.
What period of time do you allege she owes you rent for? Give me the month and year.
From June through December.
June of 01 through December of 01.
Right.
And was she living with you alone or with your son?
No, he was in rehab. He had went to rehab.
For alcohol, I see.
Right.
Judge Judy continues in a moment. Wanda Coker says ex-daughter-in-law Charlotta Coker owes for rent, living expenses, and the cost of a freezer. Charlotta says she was forced to live with Wanda when her husband entered rehab.
Okay. Is that correct? When you came back in June, he was planning to go into rehab?
He was planning on it, yes. And it was in July.
And he went?
When we came back to Wichita.
In July, you came back as a family?
We came back as a family. We weren't coming back to get a divorce. We were coming back as a family, trying to work things out.
And you were going to live with your mother-in-law?
Yes, stay there until we could get a job, get on our feet, yes.
Right. What arrangement do you claim there was for rent?
When they moved all their things back, she had told me that she had a deep freeze that I could have for part of the rent.
You mean while your son was in rehab?
Right. Well,
yeah, go ahead.
Right.
Go ahead.
So in the meantime, when they were here, they had this dog that she had brought back that tore up my back storm door.
What do you mean she had brought back? Where was your son? Did he come back too?
He had came back, but he went into rehab.
Just a second. He came back, and they came back, and they brought a dog. Is that right?
Right.
All of them as a family. Your son, your daughter-in-law, your grandchild, and her 2 children. They all came back together with a dog.
But then she flew back out and decided she was not coming back to Kansas. She was going to make her home in Washington.
Okay. When was that?
That was about July.
All right. How long was she gone in July?
Probably a month.
So then she came back in August?
The latter part of August.
What period of time, I'm saying to you, do you claim she owes you rent for?
At least 4 months.
What 4 months?
For June. She
doesn't owe you any money for June. Get it from him. July? She doesn't owe you any money for July. You haven't told me you had an agreement with her. Get your rent from him. Now, when did she come back by herself?
It was 1st of October.
She came back by herself. October.
Before Halloween.
She came back October 1st.
It was in October, yes.
Where was he?
He was in rehab.
Okay. And what did she say to you when she came back in October?
She told me that they had that deep freeze that I could have for part of the rent. She could not afford to pay me anything.
So what are you suing her for rent for? You're suing her for rent.
Well, the children weren't my grandchildren.
So what is, you have to have an agreement for rent, madam. You don't have an, you didn't have an agreement.
She told me that I could have the deep freeze for
I'm not talking about the freezer, madam. You said rent.
That was for part of the rent.
Miss Coker, you're not following me, madam. I mean, I think that your whole lawsuit is ridiculous. You're suing the mother of one of your grandchildren when there is a divorce, and it appears to me that your son and your former daughter-in-law have a reasonable enough relationship to share custody, and you are foolish enough to sue her for a deep freeze. Foolish enough. Now, I don't understand that. She comes to your house, your son is an alcoholic, he's going into rehab, he's not providing for his family, she has a baby and 2 other children, right, trying to keep it all together, and you're suing her for a deep freeze? Where is your brain? Where is your mind?
I have proof that the dog tore up my back.
He brought the dog.
No,
he brought the
did not.
dog.
The dog
of course
was
he
not
did.
his. The dog was
Listen
hers.
to me. According to you, they came back in June with the dog. If you didn't want the dog, you say to your son, get rid of the dog. You don't complain a year later and say the dog ripped apart my screen door. You say to your son, you can come back with your wife and the children, but you have to leave the dog home.
Rid of it.
What?
He tried to get rid of the dog and she wouldn't let him.
Then you say you all have to leave. Listen to me, madam. You are a very foolish woman. You have a grandchild. I don't know how many grandchildren you have, but it appears to me, I'm going to say it again. These 2 people don't appear to me to be at odds with each other. They share custody of a child, 50% custody. And there shouldn't be any problem with you mixing up trouble between the 2 of them so that he comes to sit to testify on your behalf against her. That's just not smart. So I have heard nothing with regard to rent. She didn't agree to pay any rent. He's responsible for necessaries for his children. He wasn't providing for necessaries for his children because he's an alcoholic and he was in rehab. During that time you filled in for him, you're a very good mother. Now, let's talk about the freezer. Did you promise her a freezer?
No, I did not.
All right, what did you say to her with regard to the freezer?
Nothing. We brought it over to her house so we could put extra food in it because her freezer wasn't big enough for all 6 of us.
And when you left, what did you do with the freezer?
The freezer's still at her house. I haven't got it yet.
You still have the freezer at your house?
I didn't tell her she couldn't have it. I just wanted to say that it's my freezer. She told me I could have it for part of the rent.
Just a second. Show me. Right, just a second. Are you going back to get the freezer?
Yes. I mean, what does she need a freezer for? There's only one in her family.
Listen to me. I don't know what you want. You want me to make a judgment as to whose freezer it is? I don't have to do that. I don't have to do that. I don't know why you're here, Mrs. Coker. All I can say to you is you better wisen up. You have a grandchild. You want to maintain a reasonable relationship with the mother of your grandchild? I would suggest that you don't get into a contest with her about whose freezer it is. Goodbye.
Bodies are executed.
My all's ready.
Last player standing.
Welcome back, guys. This video. What's good, guys? Welcome, guys.
I hate to say it, but
I'm
we'll
gonna
probably
say
be
that
best to
too.
play as a team. So, what's the
Okay.
plan?
Let's go. This video is we're gonna play Chad, Max, and Key and Hello Kitty, and a Rage and Devil and Spidey and Mahesh. Oh my gosh.
I'm out of here.
Oh my gosh, guys. This is insane, bro.
Dropping smoke. Shocking. Enemy B.
Oh my gosh, you're the biggest.
Last player standing.
Got him. Fire in the hole.
Oh my bro, this is an amazing result. Oh my gosh, guys. This is
Last
a
round before the switch.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Let's go.
Gotta go.
What the fuck are you guys doing? What the fuck are we doing?
Go.
So yeah, chill.
Cover going out.
Grenade. Enemy mid. Here we go. Get him. Next. Snuffed out. Here goes.
Last player standing.
Oh my god, this is an insane game that I never watched my entire life, bro. It's like I imagine guys that they can do it in monster. I think that it's an example, I should guys, that you have to play series. No, it wasn't gonna see how things is, so let's go guys in this video. Oh my gosh.
One enemy
oh my
remaining.
gosh. You're fantastic, bro. Fantastic. Okay.
30 seconds left.
Let's go, bro. You could do, bro. You could.
Switching sides.
Okay, never mind.
Go. Oh man, thank goodness you're on our side. Aye, great work, amigo.
Okay, let's go, guys. In this video, I'm gonna talk about you guys how you can create multiple languages that no other one will be for it. So I think guys, you actually have these videos or something that no one other will talk to you. So let's go, bro.
Woo!
Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh, bro. I'm over there.
My ult's ready.
Oh my gosh, guys, so fantastic.
Here comes the party. Satchel out.
Spike planted.
Right, guys, it's like
Grenade. Satchel out. Bomb buddy out.
One enemy remaining.
oh my gosh, it's like amazing.
Last player standing.
Oh my gosh, I don't believe it's an insane, bro. What's going on? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, let's go. Oh my god. It's like amazing. You could actually have two figures there.
Match point.
Okay, we know the drill. Stick to our holes and we'll crush it.
Oh my gosh.
Gotta go.
Should I use it like that?
Yeah, makes it gotta go.
Sure, let's...
Grenade.
Spike planted. It's fantastic.
Bye-bye. I'm out of here.
That's really impressive.
Shocking.
We should have like a dollar's theater where unfortunately I don't have like we should do there where I don't think so we do there.
Grounded. Oh, this is nothing.
One enemy remaining.
Refreshing.
So I think we should have to do. Okay, good.
Attacks will be towards at least one of us.
I'm out of here. You better hide, old man.
Just like
Nice try.
oh my gosh, this is like
Enemy mid.
what are you wrong? Do like
Go, go. Shortcut.
Party's
over. My ult's ready. Watch out, like I never left. Reloading. Gotta go.
It's like an amazing things that you can do when we're stories, guys. So let's make sure.
Watch this.
Spike planted.
Here we go. Grenade.
One enemy remaining.
Okay. Okay, let's go.
Shame. I love explosions.
Let's go.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
Sudden death.
Oh my god!
Go.
I don't know how to roll.
Gotta go.
Okay.
Satchel out. Satchel out.
We should do it. There's something we're wearing to the halls to show it to see nothing.
Shocking. I'm out of here. Grenade. My ult's ready.
Okay.
Bomb buddy out. Gun here. Boom. 3 for me.
Oh, what? Again. Everyone's being wrong here.
One enemy remaining.
I've shared focus something that no other do. Oh my gosh, guys, you guys, if you forgot to do, guys, please make sure you comment, check the bell icon for more interesting videos. So bye bye.